Here goes the intro. Hee-haw! Now he's come back from Memphis. Alright, here we go. Oh, yeah. Savage Thursdays. We're live. We're back. Who's with us today? Let's see. Drake. Drake's here. Got to turn his cam back on because I think he was gone last week, maybe? He was
Yes.
off cam.
No, well, he wasn't. He wasn't gone. He just wasn't on cam last week.
Yeah,
I was on my cell phone.
Yeah. Hopefully, Engorgio will show up here in a minute. Him and his cat. Wicked's here, and Brad will be along here in about an hour when he gets off work. How you guys doing? How's your week been?
I can't believe it's Thursday already. It's like, holy crap, what happened to the other 3 days of the week?
I just judge by what game I'm in that night.
When your life revolves around which game you're playing or running, or
That's right. That's right. And
That's
pretty
my
much
life.
how it is. Yeah.
Hey, it's a cheap hobby. I love it. It's my only hobby. I don't have any other hobbies. I don't collect stamps.
Who in their right mind collects stamps?
I don't know. People, they have a word for it. They're called like stamp collectors. There's a word for it.
Yeah. Something
Philanthropologist or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I collecting stamps. It's like that. People still use stamps? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
There's no longer a price on a stamp, though. You just buy a stamp, and it's whatever the price is. So.
No, I actually have books of stamps. I have one bill that I still pay by mail every month. And
Oh,
Really? That's weird.
I got a lot at the office I still mail. I'm still a mailer. It's easier for me.
Well, for business, I can understand wanting to do it that way.
Well, it's easy for me to sit here and pull up my QuickBooks and then go over here to my, I got a whole section called bill pay in my RoboForm, and I just boom, logs me into all my websites, blah 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 blah. It's pretty simple, pretty quick. And then I've got this one that I have to write a fucking check, stick it in the mail.
I'm guessing they don't take online payment or anything.
Yeah.
If you just got to do one, yeah, that sucks. That's like my personal. I have to do one check a quarter to the homeowners association. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all my checkbook's good for.
Yeah, this is similar. Anyway, welcome everybody. This is Marbanya's Savage Worlds, and we're talking about savage rules in the world, like homeowners associations. So
And bills.
They know homeowners association out here.
Hello, cobblerologist.
Where are we at? I forget.
You're in Northern California. Yeah, going up a river with snow all over the sides of the banks, and there's some big old.
It's pretty cold up here.
Oh yeah.
Is this what they call Canada? I've never been to Canada.
Oh no, you're quite a ways from Canada yet, my friend.
Oh, I know, but that doesn't mean my character would know.
There is really not that much snow. It's actually pretty dry where you're at. It's like a dusting of snow, but you're basically on the western edge of the Sierra Nevadas. There's like big valley out there, and you're going up this river, and you about got your boat sunk and your butts whipped by a river leviathan last week, but not about. I mean, all of a sudden.
No, we kick its ass.
Yeah. You did. You did. I really expected that fight to last longer, but the good thing is it fled upriver. That's the direction you're going. So, imagine that.
Yeah. I'm just kind of timid. Like, I think we're gonna have some calamari.
Hmm.
I'm setting my weapon back to normal since we had adjusted it for the heavy weapon
Yeah, the
that
the mojo that
Oh,
that Squeezy Cheese put on it.
well, to be honest, I was about to do the same to my own weapon, so
Well,
I figured that's when you were like, eh. I was like, yeah, this is only gonna cost me 1 point to put it on you with all the bonuses.
so I just got to take the HW off of that. What else did I have to do? AP 3 is take that off
yeah,
to 0, right?
yeah. If it didn't have an AP,
A shotgun? I don't think it has AP.
smite damage. I'm looking at Doc Fong. I'll free his ownership up. However, unless we
We'll
need him.
grab him up if we need
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I want to be very careful and not hit delete character.
It sucks.
yeah. I always am very careful when I go to right click and to release another or to release a character that I don't accidentally hit delete.
How
Fortunately, I think
careful are you? Have you ever done it? I did it.
I've at least gotten to the point. Are you sure you want to delete?
No, I did it all the way. Deleted a character. Sven's
Good
character.
job.
Gone.
Good job.
I'm like, I guess you're gonna have to rebuild it. But Diablo Bob had a backup somehow.
He said no.
He
He had
probably
you
did
send
slash
him.
save.
He had you send him the last
Oh
save
yeah, I
that you
sent him
did, and he extracted the
what?
XML out of it.
Yeah, so he missed like one session maybe of his character.
Yeah, but if for all the people for that to have happened to, it was Finn. And I think it was after he was late coming to the game. Nobody knew where he was at, and he was dealing with some kind of family shit or something.
Yeah, and I deleted his character.
And then he finally gets to the game, and Drake's, by the way, your character's been deleted. he just didn't say nothing.
He thought I was joking, but he wasn't sure.
Yeah, until he looked in there and his character wasn't in there. So anyway, you
I
guys,
said, you're late. That's what I said. You're late. Deleted your character now.
I rolled or well, didn't roll. I actually dealt cards earlier and just prepped a few things for your little adventure north. And the thing to keep in mind is you're headed up to the southern edge of the Cascade Mountains, where uh, this time of year it's not uncommon to have 6 feet of snow or more. Now the good thing is there seems to be ample wildlife around here. People are eating.
Oh, good. Brad doesn't have the frying pan card or the uh-oh card. I have both of them.
Well, since you hate those cards, I bet they don't get played.
That would be a good guess.
Um, anyway, let's talk about what's going on here. You guys had fought a river leviathan last week, and you ended up, kind of fighting it off. And as it shot off to the north upriver, it released this barge that it was hiding underneath, right? This kind of a river, well, another keel boat, and it started floating down river, and you guys uh, are on your boat or on this other keel boat going upriver. So now you've got this other boat drifting free, and Timmons had it grappled. I can't remember I think you had the boat grappled, didn't you?
We unhooked it
Yeah.
and we retrieved the rope and everything
Okay.
when Sweezy got back on.
So, this captain and his crew, they're pretty seasoned river boatmen, and they're used to shuttling these miners up and down the river. And every now and then he pulls over, and you'll see like these little mining camps set up, and they're 80% of it's canvas tents and things. But then there'll be one or two permanent buildings, usually a saloon set up, or a mining company office of some kind.
Payroll.
Payroll, yeah, payroll building. I'm going to exit my Steam because it's popping up, and I didn't realize I still had my email open and all that, and I'm closing all that stuff down. Yes. Mike, what are you doing out there tonight? You gearing up for Odyssey of the Dragon Lords tomorrow night?
What's up, Mike?
You kind of totally blanked out, and so did all your players on all the allies we got a couple of sessions back.
What's that?
All of our allies, Bruce, Daisy May, Jaime, Hector, Gonzalez, Rex, and Tom are Timmons' allies.
Where are they at?
I don't know. I mean, physically on the world, I have no idea, but they're on my character sheet. I mean, I can tell you that.
I don't really even remember these names. Hector.
Yeah, I think he played like followers or something, didn't you?
That's
You
a,
took
I
Edge.
got a edge.
Did
yeah.
you take the follower's edge?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Someone else took the sidekick edge too.
Well,
I think that was Albert.
while we're waiting on Brad to show up, I started calling Brett. Fuck.
Brett?
Yeah, happy 421, by the way. Let me mute my camera for just
They
a
just
second.
I just have 5 followers that just follow me around, and if they die or whatever, then 5 more eventually show up.
Well, I think we picked him up at the Devil's post piles or something.
Oh, you've
Timmons
hired
was
him.
kind of famous, and they just started following him. They're kind
Yeah.
of like groupies.
There's you can look at the thing on my character sheet under Edge's followers.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Matter of fact, I'll flip over to. There we go. And I guess if Engorgio is gonna snub us and not show up, I'll at least
He hasn't even said anything,
mute
even
his
though I pinged him.
camera.
Sometimes
So if he's driving, he may not
sometimes
respond.
or sometimes he sleeps. He's a good sleeper.
Yeah, and forgets to set alarms.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell? I don't know why I can't get his. Cams, FG, and Gorgio is mute. I don't know. He's I don't know. I could do this. Oh yeah, just killed the window. Let's see. All right, we're gonna open up.
Yeah, I could have told you that. I learned that.
Timmons, and on your contacts tab, you said,
Um,
or is it on your main tab? Should be your main. There it is.
main. Followers. And then down on the bottom left.
I've already made those
is a
dudes.
list.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
they're just commoners, aren't they?
They
Townsfolk.
are
Yeah, they're like
soldiers.
groupies.
They're soldier profiles.
Are they?
Yeah, so they probably have some weapons and they advance just like the player characters. So
Does that make them the Timmons militia?
no, it's more Devil's Posse.
Let's see. Bruce has a cult peacemaker. I'll move this over here so
You're the
people can
mayor.
see what's going on.
You could totally form a militia, though.
Well, it is kind of a militia. It's a detective agency. I mean, we're kind of sort of got badges. It's kind of like the Pinkertons.
Let's see.
We're just not quite as big.
Yeah, Daisy May's got Colt Peacemaker and pump action shotgun. Colt Peacemaker and a Winchester on Bruce. Uh, Jaime Hector Gonzalez has nothing. Red has nothing, and Tom has nothing.
Oh, maybe we didn't finish.
Yeah, so let's talk about Rex here. What's he carrying?
Rex is.
I think at least one of them should be outfitted for melee.
Yeah, let's give Rex some kind of melee. What's a good melee? I think Rex would be kind of cool with a freaking like an axe or something.
A
Rex with
woodsman's
his
axe?
axe.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's either that or a baseball bat.
I like an axe. I think an axe. Rex and axe and
Cha, cha.
Let's see. That's strength plus D6.
and
Battle axe is strength plus D8. Great axe is
maybe
strength
just
plus
give him
D10. Like a big two-handed axe or just an axe?
yeah, two hands, like
Big old
just
two-handed axe. There you go.
yeah.
Should Doc still have fear since we're finished with that encounter?
No, I'll clean all that up in a minute, but let me get through this.
Oh,
So he's got
figured
a
I'd go ahead
great
and unlock
axe.
it.
That's what he carries. All right. What about Jaime Hector Gonzalez?
Jaime Hector Gonzalez is like a multi-action machine gun type of guy. Like, do you have like a M14 or maybe a Uzi something?
No,
I
no.
think it's before that.
Yeah, we have Gatling
There's
guns,
not a lot of
Gatling pistol.
yeah. There's not a whole lot of
Gatling
automatic
pistol sounds
weapons.
good.
I was thinking he could be like a two-gun kid pistolero type of deal.
Gatling
He's
pistol.
the best gunslinger down south.
All right. What about Tom? What about old Tom? What's he do?
Tom is he's got the big 50 caliber
Oh shit, Buffalo Sharp.
long rifle. Yeah. Just
Damn.
imagine Quigley Down Under. That's Tom.
Sharp's Big 50. You bet. How about the Sharp's 55? It's a 57 caliber.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Why not? If you're gonna, you might as well just start into gauges.
Well, let's
like the
make
other
sure
way.
that's not bullet firearm. So it's not black powder. Okay.
And it's not modern.
There he is, Tom. Yep. Tom Horn.
Now, where's Dick and Harry?
All right, so Daisy May's got weapons, and so Timmons people are now. Who played the edge that they've got a?
I think it was Albert. Albert. I think did he get allies or did he get sidekick? I forget.
Sidekick was the other one. One you had allies, one had sidekick.
I don't see sidekick. I see dark bargain, headshot, double tap, filthy rich, followers. Oh, followers.
Oh, he did followers too.
Well, he's got followers, but it's just Mr. Wu. That's the only person.
No, that he took sidekick before, I believe, for Mr. Wu.
No, all he's got is followers.
No.
Marksman, Nerves of Steel, and Mr. Wu is not a wild card, so just followers.
I don't think you guys ever worked out as followers.
He took Right Hand of the Devil. That's what he took.
No,
was
he
his
took
legendary.
He took that before. He took that when I took Right Hand of the Devil.
Well, I'd say
He'd been mimicking Timmons.
someone definitely said they were taking follower or sidekick. Because initially that's what I was going to take, and somebody else called it, and I was like, I don't want to.
Oh, Doc Fong's got sidekick.
I know it was someone.
Yep, Doc Fong's got sidekick.
Well, he has Delphine Ledoux, but I think that was somebody he played love interest on.
Yeah, that's his love interest. She works for Baron Simon LaCroix. She's his housekeeper and had come to Perdition, California to set up house so that the Bayou Vermilion Railroad could connect in Perdition. Never had to use her or play her anything. So I don't know. He did do something with, because that gave him connections to
Right.
Baron LaCroix. Anyway, so he'll have to tell me about who his sidekick is, because I don't.
Same with Engorgio. He's gonna tell you who his followers are.
Yeah, he's got Mr. Wu. That's the only one on there. He's allowed up
I
to 5, I
remember
think.
making up these names, and we did it real quick.
Yeah, I remember that a couple of sessions ago.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're on the boat with you. You just let me know if you want them to engage in anything, or if they're just, once they engage in something, they become, kind of targets for,
Marshall.
whatever. Yeah, targets for the marshal. There you go.
I just say that I just like put them to work on the boat. Just help out.
Right. Okay.
Tim, like you gotta work. You gotta help out. I get the ride for free. You guys don't.
So every time you pull into one of these, little mining camps, you lose a few more people, and finally you go as far north as the captain's going to go, and he says, "This is where I turn around and head south." And the river, you're amazed that he could get the boat up this far, but there's chunks of ice and stuff now floating down the river, and so he gets the keel boat off and you get docked up, but there's a pass that kind of goes, up into the mountains, and it looks like there's been, horses, mules, something. There's probably about 4 inches of snow, not much snow, 3 or 4 inches of snow on the ground here. But you can see this pass kind of go up into the mountains, and you can see up there it's evening, and there's some lights, coming from some buildings and stuff. Probably about mile up the pass.
But what time of day did you say it was?
Evening.
So I mean, a mile. We probably got the snow. 20
It might be
minutes
best.
or so. So
It might be best to go ahead and stay at the mining camp for the night and tackle it first thing in the morning.
a mile.
A mile to what exactly? A mountain?
Maybe maybe buildings with lights. There's
Oh.
buildings with lights up there. Look up there. There's lights up there. There's about a mile up.
Yep, that's
Right?
that is Lord Cowdrey Mining Company of England. That's a mining camp owned by them.
Do they got a saloon? Do they got an inn?
It's
Maybe?
actually quite an establishment. They've got some money, and I mean there's a saloon, there's a few shops set up there. Summertime it's
Come on,
kind of a
boys.
booming place.
Let's go see if we can get us a warm place to stay tonight.
Yes, I think I need to purchase some ammo as well. I'm beginning to run low.
All right, so let's
We might be
Gone
able to
to
get
get
some
some.
Sirenscape going here. Hopefully it's
We
going.
might be able to get some mules too. That might be nice to have.
Since I started this character, Marb, I've gone through approximately 80 bullets.
How do you keep track of that?
Well, each box has 50 bullets. Whenever I reload, I just deduct the proper amount.
I think
Guys.
Susie's actually gone through more bullets than me.
What's that, Squeezy?
Yes, I think I've actually gone through more bullets than you then.
Well, keep in mind this is my second character.
That was mine too. I was
I have
just saying,
no-
Squeezy doesn't carry a gun. I just stand on that minigun for like 6 rounds.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
a punching machine.
I have no idea how many shotgun shells Timmons has used, but it's more than a couple of dozen.
So you guys are basically heading up kind of in this pass right here. About as far north as you can get. It's actually more arid here because you're kind of between these two mountain ranges, so you don't really, see the snow that you're going to see further north. And everyone has told you that, oh, I don't think you're going to make it any farther north than this winter anyway. So you find yourselves in a mining camp, a pretty good sized mining camp, mind you. It's got all 8 or 10 permanent buildings, and there's even a playhouse that's been built. And you can hear music and stuff coming from inside the saloon as you approach.
Does it look like there's like an inn, or we can get rooms, or
You
anything like that?
You see a bunch of what we would call row houses, but they're shacks. A whole bunch of them. They look like they're probably about 10 foot by 10 foot. There's 3 or 4 miners occupying each one of them. You can see a little stovepipe sticking up out of each one, so they probably got a little stove in there. And you see rows of those things. There's probably 30, 40, 50 of them.
Timmons is going, somebody's moving. Yeah, I'm going to rent like a whole row.
But then you get up into town,
and guys
there's
he's got to rent.
There's a big nice what looks like a hotel here that looks fairly new. The lumber is still kind of yellow on the outside, hasn't aged yet.
Oh, I think that's where Timmons would head first, straight up to the hotel. He wants to get into someplace warm.
And you
Are you buying the rooms?
Wait, I'm sure I probably am. Of course, it's a business expense. We up here on business.
Well, when I see Timmons heading towards the inn, hotel, whatever you want to call it, I head off to find a gunsmith.
Timmons is going to take why don't one of you fella go with him so he's not by himself. Daisy man, just go with him for a little while.
Might actually be a while. I was going to get some maintenance on my gun done while I was at it.
That's all right. She'll watch over you.
I don't need a babysitter, Timmons.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I don't know what happened.
All right.
What did you do?
Nothing, man. Nothing. I've done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you a visual here. Now, keep in mind, this is snow all over the ground and not sand, yellow sand. Might be some yellow snow.
It's dirty snow. It's like dust blown on top of snow. It's like mucky, dirty.
Mucky, dirty. People have been walking on it. You
yeah.
can see it's been, yeah.
So, Memphis snow.
It's been mudded up.
When it snows that inch and a half in Memphis and it all turns black real quick.
It's like
muddy.
North Carolina or red dirt snow, like red dirt.
Actually, kind of creepy, but kind of cool at the same time.
So what's this saying?
Looks like right up here. There's a door right up there.
Oh.
Oh hell, I'll turn that off. You guys move about as you please. I wonder why the tokens are grayed out unless I select them.
The tokens are grayed out unless you select them?
Yeah.
Because you have token site turned on. One of the buttons over there on the side.
Everything here has a cost of 4 times what it says in the list price. Whatever.
So $80 for a box of bullets.
Oh no, you need to look at the Deadlands Weird West stuff. Make sure you're not looking at the suede stuff.
Well, that's just the cost on the item itself that I currently have. That's why I was asking you how much it would cost.
Let's see, items. And I need to come over here and look for bullets. For what bullets? Which ones?
Medium for the
Medium.
what am I carrying? 45s? Yeah, I'm carrying 45.
Huh. Smith and Robards. You know, they're not.
Yeah, it's
They
one
don't
of the
exist.
weird things.
They do not exist in the. Well, there's a bulletproof
in the-
Bible in the Weird West Companion. Marshall's got
All
it.
right.
Hey,
And there's something called Dead Man's bullets.
is that like bullets that have been soaked in dead man's blood?
When the shooter rolls damage for a dead man's bullet, he may re-roll any ones once.
Ooh, that's you said damage.
I don't know. Yeah, damage. Let's see.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's probably something you'd have to find on somebody. Let's see. Smith and Robards. How come they don't have that in here?
Let
It's
me have a look
only
at the
in
item.
the suede stuff. Huh. So medium bullet is cost 20. No, I'm gonna say a cost of a box of medium bullets, 50 rounds, is probably $5.
That seems much more reasonable.
Yeah, but it's 4 times that much. So a box is $20 right now.
So it is accurate, but that's fine. I'm going to buy a couple boxes.
Yeah, but at least it's not 4 times 20, $80.
Right. One box it was 20. Is that correct?
Yeah,
$20.
one box is $20.
So I'm buying 2 boxes.
You guys see, there's people playing cards.
And
kinds of
I
stuff
throw
going
in
on
an extra. And I also throw in an extra $100 to have Juliet cleaned and maintenanced and whatnot while I'm there.
Let's see, there is some stores here in town. There's maps for them too. There's a casino and brothel, which this appears to be. Cigar store, there's a playhouse. There's Klamath Hall, which, let's see. The mining camp has many modern amenities to keep the miners pacified over the long winter in the northern Sierra Nevadas. The camp is ran by an Englishman named Gregory Smith. Now, you guys would have learned some of this information on the boat, talking to the boatman and stuff. Ran by an Englishman named Gregory Smith along with a few English businessmen. They comprise the bulk of wealth in the camp. There are Klamath Indians who live here as well, serving as huntsmen and guides to the prospectors. These Klamath are pariahs of their tribe and are not welcome among the tribal villages throughout the region. The Lord Cadre Company wants to send an no, you don't know that yet. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, yeah, so you got that going for you. Is that a horse's head? The hell is that? It is. Or it's a cow. It's a cow's
Moose.
head.
Nope, moose.
I
You can
think
see
it's
the
a moose.
antlers right against the wall.
I think it's a moose.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be a moose, but it's a fucking cow's head. I don't know.
No, it's a moose. You can see the antlers. They're like really close to the wall.
What'd you say? It's wicked.
I was saying it was a moose too.
Oh.
It's definitely a moose. You can see his antlers. It's placed weird though. Like it should be not facing up, but facing.
Yeah.
It's
That is a frontal view of it.
It's a moose screaming at the moon. Ah!
Well, the name of this place is the Moon Screaming Moose.
Yeah,
It is now, anyway.
Yeah,
it's the moon screaming moose casino and brothel. Oh, ball. To the lake.
There we go. Moon Screaming Moose. All right, and so you guys, what? I guess you're looking for a place to stay for the winter, which this is currently.
Are we staying here for the winter?
Well, I don't know. You can try to venture north if you want to.
Well, what kind of let's prepare if we need to. Tim is like, what is the room to rent here? What is it? Is the barkeep here?
There
Hello.
are some rooms to rent. There are 4 bunks in each of those little 10 by 10 shacks out there with the wood stoves, and they rent for $5 a month, wood not included.
Wait, how much is it when the wood included? Tim is like, I don't want to go get wood.
We probably would be okay with that.
He says there's a wood lot down the road. You can buy wood. They'll deliver wood.
Oh, gotcha. So, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I get? Just give me like a half a dozen rooms down there, all in a row.
Half a
6
dozen
of them.
rooms.
Yeah.
There's not overkill? Because there's like 4, is it 4 beds per room? Or 4 double beds per room?
There's four bunks in each one of these, and they're only 10 foot by 10 foot. So basically, it's a stove with 4 bunks around it. They're made out of. They got wooden posts, and looks like really tight canvas stretched over a couple of them. So they're gonna be fucking cold, man. I mean, there ain't no doubt about it. This is gonna be a cold winter up here if you stay in these little miners' shacks.
All right, and Timmons wants to get on one of the ones in the middle, by himself maybe, and maybe one other person in there, and then 4 of his people in one room, and then so that's 2 rooms. And then what? 2 of you each in a room, right?
Yeah, Doc Fong's got some sidekick that we don't know about yet.
Yeah. So.
Oh, wasn't it? It was somebody following him around that he was teaching him how to do. Is his name Stanley or something like that? Hell, I don't remember.
Maybe it was Steven.
I don't think it was Steven, but.
So yeah, 6 of them. What's the chances of us getting them all in a row? I mean, do we have to pay somebody to move out? Timmons will do that. Get out.
You have to go throw some people out, and they've got nice warm fires going in there, and it might be a bloodbath trying to get that to happen. So, but you can get them all close together.
Here's $5. Go away.
You don't get them all in a row, but they're all, pretty close to each other.
No, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah. So Timmons and Jaime Hector Gonzalez are in one, and then Bruce, Daisy, Rex, and Tom are in another one, and then however you guys want to split up the other 4.
Oh well.
I'm not bunking with Albert.
So Albert and Doc are in one room with Doc's guys and all of Albert's guys.
Oh, great, because Albert can't stand Chinaman. He calls them Chinaman.
Well, Albert needs his own. He's got 5 followers too. At some point, maybe he'll get them here.
Yeah, if he wants them. I mean, creating 5 followers for Engorgio's character that nobody plays half the time anyway.
Yeah, that's just an unneeded headache.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's see what
I
else.
think that's a martial call.
What else do you find here in this town? There's an apothecary.
Well, I know where Dr. Long's going to be hanging out this winter.
Yep, Lord Cowdrey Mining Office, the payroll office where you trade your gold in. There's an undertaker. There's some stables, and there's about 3 shops. Clothing, picks, dynamite, all kinds of stuff like that. It's all closed right now though because it's evening and everybody's kind of piling into the saloon here for, stuff's going pretty good.
Yeah, I think once we get our like rooms situated over there and get people assigned to rooms and stuff, I think Timmons would eventually end up back up here for a while.
All right, so you go buy some wood. The guy tells you that he'll come by and stock your, leave you some wood outside your little thing. You just give them the number of your shacks, and he says that costs $10 a month. So if you're going to be here for a month, it's $10 per shack per month. And you can see that if you look around, there are trees, but most of them are conifers. So there's fir trees and other types of evergreens and stuff. There's not a whole lot of deciduous wood. And it looks like it's quite a ways away. I mean, most of the timber's been cleared for what looks like a couple of miles around here. So, whoever's hauling wood, they're working their ass off to do it.
Yeah, Timmons rolls out a couple $100, for the month.
All right.
That's what it totals up to.
So how much money are you carrying on you, Timmons?
Well, we changed all of the currency to one generic thing, so...
Yep.
So he's still got $5,800. I don't know how it's carrying it.
Well, you are up
I'm
in
thinking it's bills.
more
Maybe
Union territory up here. The towns and stuff are funded by, big Boston and big New York, and even Chicago investment barons and stuff. And let's see, there's a small railroad that runs on up in the pass. It looks like it might be a third scale railroad. You know what I mean?
What, for like the push carts kind of thing, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's an engine sitting here. It's cold. It's not running, but there's a bunch of like carts and things that type of little flatbeds and other cars hooked up to it, and it's pointing up the mountain. But the engine's cold. It looks like it hasn't been ran in a while. There's snow over all the tracks, about up to the top of the tracks here. By the way, what kind of winter gear does everybody have?
Somebody's just got a couple of coats, winter coats, and a blanket.
A winter coat as well.
Yeah.
I also have a duster, which is kind of warm as well.
Yeah, because it's freaking cold. You guys ever play Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah.
When they're coming down out of the mountains in the beginning and the wind's blowing and shit, that's what it looks like the farther up in the mountains you look. Let's see, the Klamath Hall. The Klamath Hall is a bunch of Klamath Indians live here that are kind of outcasts, and they serve as guides and huntsmen and stuff, and you can see them kind of gathered. There's a few of them gathered up around a couple of buildings, but you figure that these buildings that they've got occupied and they're permanent buildings, they look pretty nice.
Permanent buildings for what? I'm sorry, I was playing with my inventory. I wasn't paying attention.
That's all right. Some Klamath Indians, some of the Klamath tribe, but they're, like I said, they're kind of outcasts. They're pariahs of their own people because they're You've
what are you
heard
talking
that the Indians north of here, the Klamath tribes, don't like that so many people are encroaching on their lands. And but there's a place called Klamath Hall, and it's a couple of buildings, and you can see several, and these are pretty large men. They're all at least 6 foot tall. Some of them maybe 6'6". Very tall Native Americans hanging out around.
like the guy from One Flew the Cuckoo's Nest, Chief.
Yeah, Chief, big dude.
They and you say they don't like encroachers, but they have a big hall. I mean,
No,
what-
they're tribes people that live north of here, like up around Mount Shasta and stuff. They don't Medicine Lake and all up in there, the Cascades. They don't like how the miners and the people from how white man's encroaching on their land. But these are kind of some outcasts that have learned to take the white man's money and serve as huntsmen and guides. So they're hunting deer and elk and all kinds of shit and bringing it into town for food to eat and things like that.
you
Luke
think,
is going. I have an idea. Luke is going to approach one of them, or a group of them in the bar, and ask them if they're familiar with the petroglyph and if they could take me there.
You're approaching who? Some of the Klamath Indians that are.
Yes.
There are none in the saloon here. They're at kind of up on the other end of town.
Well, if we're staying here for the winter, I will. I'm sure I would eventually see them in town or something, and inquire then.
Yeah, you guys are kind of giving me what you want to do over the first 4 or 5 days that you're in this mining camp. There's a population of probably 300-400 miners in this town, and they're all kind of crammed in these little row houses and hunkered down for the winter. You know what I mean? They've worked all summer through the season, but occasionally, if the sun warms things up a little bit, you'll see some of them head up into the hills and they're going after some gold.
The Timmons would probably do a couple things. First, probably telegraph to the ship and let them know that where we're at.
Well, we can
Is there
get you
telegraph
a
here?
message to the telegraph office, but you'll have to wait for the boat to go back downriver. By the way, that's the last boat of the season right there, so if you want to go, get on it now. It's heading south. That river will be froze up here in another week or two.
Yeah, perhaps you should run out to that boat captain that ferried us here.
Huh?
The only way to get a telegraph out is to send it on a boat to the nearest telegraph office to get telegraph.
Send a letter back downriver to the telegraph office and have them send it to somebody, because there is no telegraph office here.
That's okay. Timmons would have a message sent on the raft then. Yeah, he wants the captain and all on the boat to know where we're at.
All right, so
If we're gonna end up spending the winter here,
so you had this. Where are you gonna have it telegraphed to, sent to?
we said what was good?
I don't
They were
remember.
headed to the town of
Goodwill, the south one of the three.
Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Yeah, which by the way the crow
Which-
flies is about 300 miles west of here.
Well, we don't have a bunch of big crows that can carry us around like to Mordor and stuff, but
I mean, it's not like we have Sweezy G.
H.G. Williker died.
To build us an airship or something.
I mean, we could have taken what's her flying gizmo thing a couple times, but none of us were brave enough.
Oh, Red Pedal
Nah,
Sue?
I didn't want to. I didn't want to piss her off any more than we had to.
What's going on over here? Ron and Jaro's chatting it up, and we're not even. Oh, somebody banned somebody. Oh, Vino banned them. Clock H. Get the out of here. What's
Yeah, it
going on
was
over
a
there yet?
spam BS. It was a damn bot.
Yeah,
Fuck him.
I owe you a hit with a raise. Did you ever pick out who's going to get it? I'll let you pick that out later if something happens. How's that?
Eat the followers.
Sheriff Woody's Wild Weird Wood Delivery.
That's a lot of W's, man.
Sheriff Woody's Wild Weird Wood Delivery.
Sheriff Woody's WWW. D.
All right, so yeah, that's where you're at, by the way. If looking at the main map here, you guys are up in the mountains.
Timmons would also want to investigate the stables, see if they have mules or
horses.
They do. They have mules and they have some large draft horses.
Alright, so
but looks like
does it
there's
seem to be a problem here?
several mules, a couple of large draft horses, and there's 2 or 3 riding horses. But they look like these are pretty nice riding horses. They're probably not for sale. You know what I mean? They might belong to somebody.
That doesn't mean they're not for sale. That just
That
means
doesn't
they
mean they're not.
cost more.
Well,
They could also be for rent too.
Yeah, that's true, but most of the time, what it costs to rent a horse is exactly the same as what it is to buy it.
Yeah, but at least you get some of that back when you return the horse.
That's true.
you find out there is a mule farm down.
Well, I know where
you
Tim's gonna
probably
be staying.
passed it. You probably passed it coming up the river, but you couldn't have. You wouldn't have seen it up. But there's a big mule farm back down the river a little ways where all these mules come from. Guy makes
have a
money
feeling
raising mules, selling them to all the prospectors, all up in the mountains.
I have a feeling. I know where Timmons is going to be spending this winter.
Timmons is. Well, Timmons is like, if we're going up into the mountains, it wouldn't hurt to have some mules to carry us.
No, I was meaning you were probably going to try to stay at the mule ranch or whatever during the winter.
No, Timmons isn't that fond of mules.
No, I was
That is-
meaning like. I was meaning like maybe help out the rancher because you
Oh,
do
yeah.
have followers that'll do anything you want them
Oh,
to.
Yeah, definitely. He
You
would.
know,
He would spend a lot of time there because he's probably going to hand select some mules. So
Yeah,
I could see him doing that. If we end up needing mules, he would pick out the best for whatever.
Yeah, it'd be quite a hike. That you talk to, over the next couple of days, you talk to some people around here, and they say, yeah, if you're going out to that mule farm, you better do it quick because these snows set in, man. I'm surprised it hasn't snowed yet. And it's a full day's walk out there, if not more.
Timmons isn't all about going out to the mule farm right now by himself.
Okay,
okay. Timmons is okay that they can bring the mules when it's not so snowed in to town, and he can look at them, and then they can bring them back or whatever. He's okay with that too. Bring me the best ones.
and you'll probably pay them something even if you don't happen to buy any. Just for their trouble making it up here.
Yeah.
I mean, you're rich. Money means nothing to you.
Can we get money shipped in? No. So money does mean something a little bit. I can't run out.
Nope. What you've got in your pocket is what you've got. There's be no money coming in or out till the spring.
No.
So what you gather the first 24 hours around here is some common knowledge. It's not really ghost rock people are after around here. It's gold and good veins of it, and there is silver as well. There
I don't
are
know about silver mining.
Yep, silver mines and gold mines up in here. There's been some pretty large some pretty wealthy claims staked up in here, but most of it is now owned by the Lord Cowdery Mining Company of England, and most of the miners that are here in this camp kind of work for them. They've kind of bought up most of the claims up and down through here, but there's a couple of holdouts, you know, and they face a lot of ridicule. You see them getting, you know, people giving them a hard time in the saloon and stuff, but they're wintering here just like everybody else. And
What kind of poker are they playing?
looks like a 5-card draw.
Can we play poker on Deadlands?
You know, there used to be a table, but I think they took it out. Let's see.
There should technically be a way to do that.
Oh. Well, I mean, we could just deal
I just-
cards.
I just don't know how we would do it to where we wouldn't be able to see the other's cards.
You wouldn't want to, yeah, you wouldn't want to see the other's cards. But yeah, the table's not here anymore, so I guess no. I don't think it ever worked right.
Brad says hopefully done soon.
Hopefully done soon. Well, hey, we'll take a 10-minute break, and hopefully he'll be here then. How's that?
That sounds like a plan. I think we would get a table. Let's get a table. Let's all
Get a
grab
table?
a table.
All right, you're gonna grab a table. We are gonna take a 10-minute break. I'll cue up some music. No, not media encoder. I'm gonna have to stop clicking so fast. What in the hell is going on? There's weird noises. Let me kill that.
Or Sirenscape anyway.
That is a huge, yeah, media encoder is a huge resource hog.
Who's that?
There, that's what we
That's Jaime Hector Gonzalez.
Oh, okay. Just he's apparently not on the combat tracker, so he's just showing up as a token with no name.
Yeah, that's easy. Or if they're not gonna actually get in combat, like we shouldn't have them too much, then that's perfect. Just a token.
All right, we will be back here in 10 minutes. Don't go away.
Or if you have to go away, please.
Yay. We're back. No bread yet. Yep. You know, Brady is sleazy. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop the music, and actually, we're done with that. We should be done with that for the night, right? Yep. So I can close all that. Cool. I can close that. Cool. Awesome. So Brad will be along here shortly. Wick is back with us. He was doing some fatherly duties earlier. Duty. What is this? Follow yours. Yes to all. I don't know why. Hmm. Well, I wonder if it's still working for me. Usually after break, I have to reset Sirenscape. And yes, because it's not working for me. Nope, not playing here. Yeah, once something else, you know, takes over and starts playing, yep, it's no good. But there we go. Now we got some Sirenscape going. Sirenscape. Sirenscape for my British friends. Let's see. The second night you guys are in camp, um, you see, uh, you hear talk among, some of the, everybody kind of talks about these very well-dressed gentlemen that walk in. There's two of them. No, not really. But everybody kind of straightens up when they walk in. Definitely look English. Oh yeah. Timmons, you've seen their like. Either English or they're from New York or Boston. One of the two. One of the three. But yes, he walks in and greets everyone loudly. Good evening, everyone. Yes, yes, yes. We'll have some drinks around, and so you can definitely tell he's English. And then the two of them kind of walk down to the end of the bar, and they're talking to the bartender down there by themselves, and they stick around for. Bartender walks off. They talk for about 30 seconds. Bartender walks off, and then they're just sitting there having drinks. They seem to be conversing between themselves, and you kind of walk right up into their business here, or what? All right. So one looks at kind of looks a little closer to you, and he says, "Well, Mr. Smith, I do believe this is a member of the Devil's Posse. You saw their name in the last edition of the Epitaph, didn't you?" And the other Englishman's like, "Yes, yes, yeah. Let me introduce myself. My name is Gregory Smith. I run the town here for the company." Uh, One of them kind of looks at the other one and giggles and kind of grins, and not really giggles, but he grins and he's like, "So, what brings you all the way up here?" Oh, so yeah, you're what, 10 or 12 people you've got with you now? Uh, oh, what? Well, we gotta fix that. How's that, Ronan? Thank you for calling
That's
attention
probably
to that.
Can you hear us
that's probably
now?
works now.
Can't hear Timmons, can't hear characters. Welcome back, you old grizzly bastard. Okay, thank you. So Timmons just engaged Gregory Smith, the English manager of this town. You know, I use that word loosely. Mainly a mining camp. Dun, dun, dun.
So we probably gonna be holding up in town for a little while. I rented some shacks down there, but you know, if anything better comes available, I might be interested in it.
Well, we've only recently got the town started. You know, I presume this time next year it'll be 5 times the size it is. But we had a late start, and you know, we arrived in July. Not bad though,
Well,
you think?
I seen some fast production going on in Perdition, but that seemed pretty good to me. Timmons like kicks the ground, looks at it, see if it wiggles or whatever. You don't know too much about carpentry.
Carpentry. That's basically a clapboard building, and if it wasn't for the 4 or 5 wood stoves in here blazing, and it's still pretty drafty. You know what I mean?
There's still stuff in the wick between the boards and shit.
Well, this is probably the type of structure that you can probably hear every sound that happens within the walls.
Is there a second story onto this?
Uh,
I don't think so.
nope, nope. There's not. Yeah,
I
you
don't
see,
suppose
it
there's
looks like this is a room where they manage chips and stuff, like the poker
Yeah,
chips.
we can't see in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, line of sight's on. I've got
I don't even see a
How in the
door.
hell do you?
Oh, there's a door. Or is that a window?
No, it's just supposed to be a door.
Game combat token. Let's see. Show.
The door is up in the poker room.
Oh,
There we
okay,
go. Party
yeah.
vision and movement. There we go. Now we can see everybody moving around. That's much better. There's Chief.
Yeah, that's the one.
There's Chief right there.
That's Jaime Hector Gonzalez.
Is it really?
Yeah. How many tokens for all of them? The next one's Bruce. The one in the middle is Daisy May. Rex is the one in the second from the end, and the last one is Tom.
Gotcha. Cool.
With his bow tie.
Easy May looks like somebody you do not want to get on the wrong side of.
She got a shotgun.
I guess I could turn this over here so the players can see that too. So we're talking about Timmons. This is Hector Gonzalez. This is, I don't know who he is. He introduced him just a moment ago, and that's them. That's
Hector, Bruce, Daisy May, Rex, and Tom.
Yeah, they're grayed out unless I select their token, though. That's a shame.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah.
that's
So
okay. Makes it less obtrusive for you, and if I'm managing them, that's fine.
yeah, yep, perfect. It's
And
perfect.
they're not actually, they're just tokens. They're not actually in the combat tracker. No DM management needed.
Excellent.
Unless I happen to get into some trouble or something.
Unless one of them gets into some trouble, then we got to switch them out with it, and that's okay.
Oh, it's easy to
'Cause
just drag them onto the combat
I
tracker.
can grab them right off of Timon's main tab there into the combat tracker. All right.
I don't plan on them doing too much like that.
So anyway, Mr. Smith says, "Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and so you'll be staying the winter with us. Then that's pretty impressive. Tell me, are some of the exploits we've read about you guys?" And he pulls out this dime store novel out of the inside of his, and here's a, you guys have been illustrated. There's Tim and Simmons, and there's Squeezy Cheese.
I want to see the picture of Tim and Simmons.
It's probably like a caricature type of thing.
Too bad I couldn't have had P4D come up with. I would never guess this was going to happen. But you guys are legends, so there's dime store novels being written about you now. Brad. Oh, Brad. So, yeah, so what do you got? Wow, now I can see them all. What did you do for me to be able to see all those?
I didn't touch nothing. There's something on your end.
What?
What?
You might turn lighting off or something.
Well,
Maybe because you turned party vision on?
no. I don't know. By the way, happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
Where did Timmons go? Oh, there he is.
Happy holidays.
You good, Marb?
Nope.
I think you need lung pickup service.
Ah.
Shit.
You good now?
Yeah. As soon as the color comes back to my vision. There we go. Everything was kind of blue for a second.
Blue.
You know what I'm talking about? No. Yeah. No. Anyway.
Na na wah wah ya ya na na.
So he actually wants to meet the rest of the posse. You gonna introduce Mr. Smith and his associate?
Yeah, come over here. Right over here at the table. This is Luke right here on the end. Luke,
Somebody
this is
somebody probably needs to put Albert in here since he's technically with us.
Albert? Yeah, we can put Albert in there. Let's see. Albert's
at least just his token. At least just his token.
You left him outside in the snow. Oh, come
Nobody
on.
has control of him.
There we go. We'll put Albert in here. He's over here because he can't let some Chinaman like Squeezy G. No, he can't have that.
So Timmons will introduce everybody to the
go.
Smith guy and the other guy.
I'm sorry. This is Mr. Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock?
Do you fall down soon or something?
And the other guy kind of tips his hat to you. He's not English though.
Is his name Alfred Hitchcock though?
No, his name's not Alfred Hitchcock.
Damn.
It's Alfonso Hitchcock, just to mess with you.
Says, believe me, everyone around here knows him as Mr. Hitchcock, and he just kind of.
Does he look like a bodyguard kind of looking guy?
He looks like he might be a peacekeeper kind of looking guy. Bodyguard, peacekeeper, all in one.
Like the The muscle.
Maybe.
Pretty much.
No, not too much, really. He looks like he knows his way around the business end of a pistol. You know, of a gun. He's got some pearl handle, you know, Colts in his. Definitely looks like a pistol arrow of some kind. Squeezy cheese, the demon of the east. He slices, he dices, he juliennes. is that your persona in the Dime novel?
Probably.
I assume, since none of the other characters call him by his real name in public.
We can't pronounce it. You're the only one who can pronounce it.
This gets pretty close. Suzuki.
And they've got one of the characters' name is Doc Wang.
Doc Wang.
Yeah, Doc Wang. He's one of the members of
Is
the
he-
Devil's Posse, and it shows you guys what is this edition. You're kind of looking at it in this edition. It covers the fight with the I don't know, some kind of a dragon or something that tried to come ashore. And you guys are like, what? That never happened.
Oh, what? Like the Iron Dragon? Like the ship that we blew it up with another ship? That's kind of
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, kind of true. Kind of true.
I mean, it is a comic, right? It is based on.
Yeah, Ron Hector is definitely Chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, definitely he is. And now they're.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
They're gone again. Oh,
Jaime Hector Gonzalez looks just like Chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
he looks just like him, huh? He's not
Matter of
saying-
fact, he doesn't even talk much. He's very, very quiet. That's why Timmons bunks with him.
He walks quietly and carries a big stick, right?
Didn't
He's
he
the only guy that
also-
can put up with Timmons snoring too.
Didn't he also play I am 10 bears in
Yeah.
Outlaw Josie Wales? I am 10 bears.
Is that a
It
Brad?
shall be life.
There's a Brad in chat.
There is much
Deadlands
truth
voice.
in your white man's words.
It is actually I, the outlaw Josie Wales.
He also reminds me of
Yeah.
It's Doc Wang.
Doc Wang.
So you guys
I
want to
have
fill
released-
Brad in on where he not party sheet, I need characters. On what's going on here?
Well, I pretty much caught him up to us getting into the mining town.
Oh, you've been
And we just-
chatting with him and telling him what's going
Yeah.
on?
So-
Cool.
Wait,
Nice.
so
And
we
there's a mining.
we give Doc Fong some
Endeavor to
what's the salt
persevere.
where you sniff it and they wake up from
Chief Dan
unconscious.
George.
You've been unconscious for
Smelling
a couple
salt.
days. Smelling salts. The ammonia crap. Oh.
What kind of winter gear does Doc Fong have? I never looked at him.
I know he got a. We got
He's
a
got a-
fancy coat at one point.
He's got a full beaver set, including the head and the big teeth.
Oh, he has a winter coat with matching scarf.
He has a winter coat with matching scarf.
I mean, he's
That
an
was
old
what
man.
Timmons got
Old.
us.
We did help a bunch of people with winter clothes or something.
I see that
Selling it.
winter coat with matching scarf.
That was literally reading me off to me reading off the sheet.
It's plaid. It's made of wool and it's plaid. It looks like it could have been made out of some Scotsman's kilt.
It's really
Slimy.
awkward when that happens.
It even kind of smells like that now that it's been put away all winter or all summer, and now you've drug it out for the winter. You're like,
wish
Jesus,
it
it
kept it
smells
by
like some
Timmins stuff."
Scotsman's Fermanda cheese.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't even know what to say, Marb.
Doc,
Timmons is kind of relieved that he's not the sneakiest one in the party for a change.
you've got the sidekick edge that you took recently. So you need to tell me about your sidekick so we can get that kind of put
Yeah,
together.
unless you wanted, I did send you the message about, since I hadn't used it, about switching to that new powers one because I had an idea.
Oh, that's the one you wanted to trade out? Sidekick?
Yeah, because I never
So,
did a sidekick, so I'm like,
go
I have a
right
better
ahead.
idea.
And you know, I told you that. So lots of snow, right? And I told you that you know, finding plants is going to be pretty damn difficult right now. However, there
There is an
is an
apothecary.
apothecary in town. There certainly
Ooh.
is. Well, right there's the apothecary shop. You guys can look at
All
look
right,
at that on
where?
the stream.
Yeah, I could just imagine you introduce yourself and say, "I too am an apothecary of sorts."
I pull up my guild membership card.
Lord Caltree Mining Office in Undertaker.
Yep, the apothecary, Lord Cadre Mining Office, and the Undertaker. I don't really need to. These are all Chris's maps, by the way. So line of sight, and you guys can see that whole map good. Yeah, these are Chris McDermott's maps, Game Tile Warehouse, and he did these specifically from this stream. He said, "Oh, Marb, I need to do some Western maps." I said, "Please do. There's not a lot of them out there. You can find them at GameTileWarehouse.com, and it's a whole collection called Calamity City." So,
I think Josh just put out a Western.
that should have triggered
theme.
something, but it didn't. Joshua Watmow did?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'll have to get that.
Or,
and we'll
or it's
discuss
real
them out,
close
too.
to being out. I heard him talking about a Western.
And
A Western time, I don't think. How's the song go?
Western Town and Dead End World. East End
Yeah.
Girls and Western Girls. Yeah, so here's the apothecary shop. Doc, you can shop till you drop there. Basically, you're spending them, you know, you get to this, it's not quite a town. They started building this in July. And it's a bunch of miners, and there's been a rich strike of gold and silver. And it was several small claims up through this pass, through the Sierra Nevadas, but since July, they built a 1/3 scale railroad that goes up in this pass, and there's about 40 or 50 of these little row shacks. They're like 10 by 10 buildings made of canvas and green wood just nailed together, and each one's got kind of a, you know, who knows, it's probably a 55-gallon barrel stove inside of it. There's about 6 inches of snow on the ground right now.
I'm glad my matching scarf is here. You know?
Timmons rented 6 of the row houses, and he's got 2 of them, and then the rest of you guys are in the 4. However you wanted to get split up.
And we're just theater of the mind here, but
Yeah.
unless you guys get into some kind of shenanigans.
Well, I mean, unless you want to set up some kind of random encounter out in the row houses.
All right, well, we could. I will draw for that, by the way. But so let me minimize this map, and I can kind of put that here.
Feeling that what's Mr. Fancy Pants' name that came to visit us?
Give you an idea where you're at. I'll share that with everybody again. You're in the Sierra
Smith?
Nevadas, kind of up in here.
What was his name though?
Who? Gregory Smith?
Yeah, Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Mr. Smith might have something for us to go do. To be honest.
Do you?
Yeah, it's
you
just
got you got this way of you know,
making attention.
perceiving people, yeah. Matter of fact, a couple of days go by and you see one of the Klamath scouts that live, you know, they usually don't come in the saloon, but you guys are in here like eating lunch and playing cards and stuff, and it's warm in here compared to outside. It's been blowing snow pretty good, and there's probably 8-9 inches on the ground now. And one of these Klamath huntsman and scouts comes in and takes a hammer and tacks up a sheet on the wall and turns around and walks out.
Oh,
Odd. I'll
What's
go
up?
over there. I'll go over there and see what it is.
Says, looking for. Which is the mountain where? First headed to. Nobody's really made that determination yet, Doc. You guys are kind of feeling out the
Okay.
area, but it's, they say that the snow, gets pretty deep. You get farther up in there. And anyway, it looks like this is from Mr. Smith, and he's looking for men to join an expedition northward toward Mount Shasta and the Medicine Lake volcano. So
I have a
that
feeling
just
that-
before, yeah. Anyway, so
And I have a feeling that they might know where the petroglyph might be. And if we're already in that area, why don't we go ahead and go with them?
Maybe we can at least check into it. That's for sure.
Yes. Plus, if he's leading an expedition, maybe he knows how to, what he's actually doing.
Yeah, maybe they got beans. I wonder if we can all go. Tell them there'll be a party at 10.
Timmons,
then-
party of 10.
Plus, then he won't get lost on the wrong cactus.
do you tear the thing off the wall, Luke, and take it back to the group, or you just stand there reading it? You guys all kind of stand around. Everybody gets up and comes over and reads it as soon as they. But you see most of them like and they.
I'll tear it off.
Everybody turns around and sits down.
Well, since nobody else seems to be interested in it, and I'll tear it off, perhaps we should go inquire about it.
You tear that off, and this one miner turns around and goes, "You ain't thinking about going up there, are you?"
We have business up in that area anyhow. Might as well knock out 2 birds, 1 stone.
Only business up in that area this time of year would be you dying out there in all that winter and snow and all. That's just fool's errand there, my friend. And then he just sits down, turns around, and gets back to drinking his whiskey and playing his cards. He doesn't say anything more to you.
He brings up a good
We're-
point. Maybe we should get warmer socks.
Well, I'm curious if they're planning on doing this during the dead of winter, or if they're wanting to do it, the first part of spring. That's why we need to go talk to them about it.
You think it was just coincidence that they pinned that note up there?
Doesn't hurt to go ask, go talk to them about it at least. We don't have to
Oh.
agree to anything.
Ron is
I'm
trying
just
to
curious
duel
as
you.
why he didn't just come out and ask us up front instead of pinning a note on the door. Like any of these fools are gonna go up there. Yeah, I say we inquire about it.
So who all's heading over to the city office to talk to Mr. Smith?
I think Timmons would go. Who
Yeah,
else
let's
wants to
go.
go? I mean, I don't think the whole herd needs to go. Timmons' allies will wait outside. It's gonna be cold as fuck. They can stay here or go to the shacks, whatever they want to do.
They don't have to always follow you around completely.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll go to the shacks.
They gotta cause trouble sometime.
If I had to guess, they'd probably just stay at the tavern.
Who?
Yeah.
His
Mooks?
his followers.
His followers?
Yeah.
Timmons is soldiers, basically, is what they are.
So you leave
Timmons
them at the
militia.
tavern. You guys head over to the city office, right? We're just role
Yeah.
playing. We don't need maps. Maps distract me when we're role playing. So you head over there, and Mr. Smith goes, "Oh, the Devil's Posse, Mr. Hitchcock. Look who's decided to grace us with their presence. Welcome, gentlemen." He says all this in his rich English accent. Little secretary sitting there typing away. She's all bundled up like she's freezing to death, and it's probably 45, 50 degrees in here. There's a breeze blowing through you know, these were green boards this place was built out of, and they've dried out some. There are gaps in the wall that haven't been, you know, filled with any chinking of any kind.
Timmons would lean up against it and block some of the wind coming in because he's got 2 jackets on. He's like big and fluffy, like George Costanza in a wine shop. So he tries to get against the wall.
Well, you
He's
see
like,
that Mr. Smith is wearing gloves. You know, he's got really nice leather gloves on, and so does Mr. Hitchcock. And he says, "Gentlemen, come in. Would you like? I've got this nice fresh bottle of brandy that I was just thinking of uncorking right here. Would you guys like to sample a little of this with me?" And he begins to pour out
Indubitably.
shots. Who all takes a shot of the brandy?
Drinking random stuff has never gone horribly wrong before, so okay.
Timmons gives his to Albert.
Albert's not drinking.
We left Albert back at the bar.
Yeah, Albert's at the bar. He's not here.
He's still at the bar.
Just the 4 of you.
Timmons doesn't take one then.
Please, you will take one. It's all the polite and political manners.
Exactly.
And he says, "Are you sure, Mr. Simmons?" He said, "This is the finest there is. And it's this far north of just about any place around here." And he, you know, takes a swig of this. Smells it. Oh, it smells wonderful.
I do give people permission to wake me up if I fall unconscious by pouring alcohol down my throat. But other than that, I swore off the stuff a long time ago, and it sometimes comes back and catches up on you.
Well, that's all the better for the rest of us, I guess. Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
Well, we see somebody posted one of your notes up here. You got that note, Luke?
I'll hold it up.
Oh, yes, yeah.
What's that mean? We interested in going that way. So what's your business update?
Well, word came in from Medicine Lake just before the snows that there had been some rich veins found up in there. Gold. Someone said there were even diamonds laying on the ground.
Ooh, certainly sounds profitable.
Oh,
It
fancy.
certainly does. Certainly does, and the first to get there and lay claim, of course, will be they who profit. However, there is the fact of, the tribals and stuff, and things like that, and snow, so it takes someone fairly strong of heart.
Yeah. Also, the other thing is, we didn't hear nothing about what we looking for yet. So,
What could you be looking for? I'm sorry, I'm not following you, Mr. Mr. Simmons. Is it Timmons
well,
or
Timmons will.
Timmons?
either-
Pulls
However
out his
you
dime
ask
novel.
it.
No, Mr. That's Timmons Simmons. Yes. And Mr.
It-
Oh, it's Doc Wang. Doc Wang
Yes,
himself.
yes.
It was a,
Yes, I believe they got his name wrong.
No,
it's
look
a
right here.
typo.
Right here. You're Doc Wang, aren't you? And there's a character of you in this dime novel, Doc, that he's holding up.
Oh,
And it says Doc Wang.
I mean, it looks like you, but it's just the wrong name.
intriguing.
It's a typo.
That's not a typo.
Timmons doesn't really want to explain the whole lightning bolt thing to him
It does.
in public. Well, I guess we're in
does
the office, right?
sound like UK.
Yeah,
Paul
we're
Group.
in a private setting. It's just Mr. Smith and Mr. Hitchcock, right?
Yeah.
Luke,
Well-
why don't you help me out and explain to him what we looking for up there?
We're looking for a symbol called a petroglyph. That looks like a lightning bolt carved into usually rock in caves. Are you familiar with anything of the sort?
Oh, I'm not quite sure what. You might talk to our engineer. You know, he's got one of the larger camp shacks out there. Now, I don't know what is a tarot? What'd you call it? A tarot what?
Petroglyph. It looks like a little bolt of lightning.
It's a carved rock thingy.
Yeah,
Carved rock things like the Indians do around here. Well, I don't know.
sort
You
of.
might talk to
Quite
some of
I'll
them.
take a pen and I'll draw one real. I'll grab a pen and a piece of paper and draw one out real quick.
You might
It looks
talk to
kind of
some
like
of them
that.
Klamath clan up there. Talk to them
Is there
about it. That
well,
sounds like Indian stuff to me.
Well, I was planning on asking them too, but since you posted something up near where one is supposed to be located,
and since we might be directly in contact with those Indians that you might have a problem with,
Oh, well, they're
who might we
usually
should
not
we talk
active
to?
this time of year.
What
Well,
do?
I mean,
If you
that's the
if
main
you're laying
thing is.
claim to something that they think is theirs, then how active do
Yeah.
they need to be come summertime?
Oh,
it won't be good to piss off the natives in the area.
Mr. Hitchcock, could you go get the gamer for me? Yes,
The
sir,
gamer?
Mr. Smith. He
The gamer?
yeah, he walks out the door. You hear his spurs jingle jangle as he walks to the front door of the building and outside, and he's gone for a little bit. Okay, you're standing here talking to Mr. Smith all by yourself now. Yeah, gamer. That's what he said. Go get the gamer.
Oh, Mr. Smith is by himself.
Yeah, he sent Mr. Hitchcock to go get the gamer.
How far
I'm
up is this mine? Tim said, how far is this trip up to where you need someone to go?
150 miles north of here,
And
all the way to Medicine Lake.
And can we take this train out here?
Well, that train will get you to the other side of the pass where there's not as much snow, but eventually you're gonna get out on the big plateau. It's gonna be big snow up there. But I got an idea. I need you to meet somebody. And he says, any of you gentlemen ever heard about that time the door opens up and here comes Mr. Hitchcock and he's got this guy by the elbow and he's leading him inside. He's a big, tall guy. And he says, yeah, the gamer. Gentlemen, this here's Sven, the gamer, we call him around here. Looks like a big old Swedish guy.
A little goatee.
Little goatee, big old Swedish guy, got his hair kind of wild looking, and pretty good sized fella. And he says, Mr. Sven, he says, tell these gentlemen about them contraptions that. Well, gentlemen, have you ever heard of skis?
Skis?
Why?
Yeah.
Like what? Like from the people from
Like the thing above us, up there, the skies, right?
All
Poland?
these skis, they go on the feet. Like here to here to here.
The skis that go on the feet.
And they go on, and they're from about here to
I can't
here.
even talk like Timmons anymore because Swedish going.
And he says, here, come with me and I'll show you. We'll put them on the bottom of your feet.
Flop.
Okay.
And
Timmons like, hey, these are kind of like wearing my squeaker shoes.
Mr.
You're
Smith,
kinda right. They
Mr.
don't
Smith
squeak.
says, you gentlemen go right ahead. Come back and speak with me after you're finished with Mr. Sven the Gamer there. And so this Swedish guy takes you to his workshop, and he looks like he's probably one of the town carpenters. And inside, he grabs a couple of these long boards that are kind of curled up on the end, and they've got like these wooden braces on them of some kind, and this deal that you crank down like this big thing. And he says, here, you put the skis on your feet right here, and between here and here to here.
Can
And then you
Tim-
see him,
Timmons?
you see him take
I'll
these
sit
poles,
down.
and he just shoots off down the street, just as quick as he can, just gliding right along on top of the snow. Gentlemen, just like this, a ski, to ski, to ski, here, here.
Dirty, 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 dirty.
And you
Timmons
hear
wants
him
to try,
start
but he
to
wants
yodel.
to try he wants to try wearing his squeaker shoes on the skis, so you
Oh,
get
no.
+2 to his movement.
I don't know if it quite works like that.
Ron thinks I'm being offensive.
Maybe just slightly.
I don't know where our buddy Sven is. He's usually here for Savage Thursdays. So Sven, we love you, buddy. You're in our heart right now, wherever you're
Sweden
at.
isn't real. It's
We're
okay.
having a laugh at your expense, my friend.
We're not making fun of Sweden. We're making fun of the Swedish chef. Just to be clear,
Yeah,
because he's a Muppet,
he's a Muppet. Yeah, he's a Muppet. Anyway,
and it's okay to make fun of Muppets.
it's Muppets are fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, he says, would you gentlemen like to try to put on the skis? Put them on your
yeah,
feet
I'll
here.
try.
Oh,
I'll try.
I'm going to have to make some great big ones for those feet of yours. And he looks at you, Tim.
Timmons is like, they squeak too. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
And he probably like hops and plays from foot to foot to demonstrate the squeak.
So, who's gonna try these skis?
I want to
Will.
try these skis.
Yeah, Timmons definitely.
All right, so let's see how well your athletics is. This first few minutes, I need you to give me an athletics roll at -6.
6. That's about how I learned at about a -6.
Doc, you put the skis on and you stand up and you try to take a step and they cross over each other and boom, you just face plant, right? And your skis are sticking up in the air.
Timmons, you might want to remove fear.
And Luke, you're looking at him when you
I
put
was a little
these
scared.
when you put these skis on and you start laughing and you just all of a sudden your arms start pinwheeling and you're like going backwards down the hill and you don't know what, and you start kicking your legs around and next thing you know you're just cartwheeling down this hill. Sweezy G, you ain't worth a shit on these things. Timmons puts them on.
Oh, we forgot the -6.
Yeah,
So
Timmons.
it's still a 3.
It's still a 3.
3.
Timmons puts them on, and he actually doesn't do half bad. He's standing up. He's kind of wobbly. But Timmons, you figure you could get the hang of these things.
Squeak.
Sun's going down, and the Swede comes back and says, You know, gentlemen, it's getting kind of cold out here tonight, so I think we should all go back inside and I'll custom fit them to each of you, and then we can
is
go
he
outside and go
Scottish
from
now?
here to here to here.
Sounded Scottish for a minute there.
It
Yeah,
kind of changed.
Yeah,
a
it kind of
little bit.
changed, but that's I couldn't maintain it. So
I
anyway,
totally went from Schultz to some French guy the other night. I don't
That's
know.
where his mother is from Scotland.
and we'll put the skis on your feet tomorrow, and we'll try some more tomorrow.
Timmons rolls him some money.
Why?
I don't know. Timmons feels like he should roll him some money. I don't know. Here's
At
Is
least
it
enough to kind of
folding
short
money?
lessons.
here's $10.
You give him a $10 gold coin or what?
Yeah.
He looks at it and his eyes get great big around. And he says, "You fellers must be someone special." Oh, now he's Irish. You think you're something special, don't you?
Timmons
Yeah,
says,
fucking get you.
You haven't heard of it?
I'll have at you, you bastard.
Have you heard of us? We're
Have
the
I?
Devil's Posse. I show my badge.
It's true. We have watches and everything.
Or pocket watch.
The pocket watch.
Yes.
He looks at you and he says, "No, I can't say as I have."
Well, now you have, I guess.
Timmons, maybe
So,
you should get more pamphlets printed.
He's
very sweet.
Actually, I just like him to make my skis pretty nice. See, we gotta go up that all the way 150 miles on these things and make them really nice. That's what's a $10 for. The whole set. I need 5 more too. I got some other friends that are gonna come over, and you gotta fix them up too.
Whew. It'll take me a week or so, fellas. It's not easy. And you can see this is really thin wood, and it's been laminated together. You know, several layers of it, and they're all fit real nice and everything. And
I
he
suppose
says,
it's similar to how a bow's made.
they look. Yeah, if you know anything about a bow, yeah, he's definitely bright red and snatch.
No,
I
it
got
doesn't
hair
look at
wicked
all like
blue.
a bow's made. I'm not
It's
sure
not
what
for
a
me. It's
bow
for me,
is.
ma.
If there's anything we can do to help you
Yeah,
speed
Dax.
things up, the faster the better. But
Periwinkle.
make them good.
Periwinkle blue.
I think he smells the salt rock too much sometimes.
Yeah, he's
Is
kind of
that resin that you're putting between those layers? Are you sniffing
He
that?
says, return to Mr. Smith. Let him know that I can definitely get you outfitted. How many pairs did you say?
There's
11?
Wait,
No.
maybe we should get extra in case one breaks.
I think it's total of 9.
Definitely the resin is too strong.
1,
10.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 10. Including Albert, yes.
I heard that he told me he's the best at these skiers.
Well, that's why I gave you $10. I thought they were $1 of skis. How much are they?
He said, well, Mr. Simmons, you've more than covered it. You have more than I don't know what fucking land I'm from now. I don't.
He must be sniffing the resins too much.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
sniffing the
there's no
resin.
ventilation in this room, man.
It's like
I
an
am getting a little
Epcot
dizzy.
ride.
I think we'll let you get back to it. Tim, they'll be like squeak, 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 and walk out into the snow, take his squeaky shoes off, and put his boots back on.
You guys gonna?
Before Luke leaves, he goes over and he kind of opens the window a bit and make sure he gets some ventilation in there.
So, are you
Oh,
guys
the
going
glue.
to go back and tell Mr. Smith that you're going to try this on these skis?
What do y'all think?
Okay.
Why not? What's the
Sounds
worst
fun
that
to
can
me.
happen? Level 20, we die frozen. That not like it almost happened twice already. Just don't.
No,
Turn
whatever
left at
gets
the
us out of
cactus.
these lands further.
Quiet! Don't jinx us.
Suzuki's the one that almost froze it.
Well,
Suzuki.
Brad, that means you can't use out of the frying pan because
But that's
we
warm.
we wouldn't be in the frying pan if we're very cold, right?
We'd play into the fridge.
Into the freezer,
Yeah, out of the fridge.
out of the fridge and into the freezer.
So who's
Alright.
lugging the case of flares with us?
What are your followers' names?
What are you talking about? I can make I can make flares out of bullets.
Timmons' father's name is Bruce, Daisy May, Jaime Hector Gonzalez, Rex, and Tom.
Maybe Tom can carry him.
Tom does. He also carries a really big rifle. Like, it's massive. It looks like it's like 6 feet long. Actually, it's like 55 inches, but that's pretty close to 6 feet.
Yeah, big old long gun.
Feels like it, anyways.
Yeah, these guys, they were all on the boat, and Tim has been hanging out talking with them, and they've been telling him
I think
about
we
this
originally met
northern
him-
country up here.
I think we originally met him at the Devil's Post piles before, well, all of the chaos.
Oh no, you didn't. Anybody you met at the Devil's Post piles was left in the fucking dust. You guys were running. They're undead everywhere.
No, I was thinking that we made it to 20 after making it or getting it past the bulls or whatever, and we were
Yeah.
at the Devil's Post piles.
Yeah, but just because he picked up the edge doesn't mean that they came along yet. But they found you on the
okay.
boat. They found you on the boat coming up north. That's why we'd never seen them in game before. These were guys that were all working on this boat, and this one girl who's meaner than a snake, carries a shotgun, and decided, hey man, it's the Devil's Posse. Timmons, you learned a little bit about them, and they teach a little bit about this area up in here and how just wicked the weather can be in the wintertime. And you guys have told Mr. Smith, you go back to Mr. Smith's office, tell him you're going to take the job, and he tells you, he says, 10% of every claim you stake in the name of Lord Cadre Mining. 10%.
Is that 10% for the Devil's Posse, or 10% for
For
each
the man
of
that
us?
staked it, and he says there's 10 of you, right? And he's got these, he goes and pulls these 10 plates. They're TIN, and he pulls TEN of them out. And they're 10 plates about, a foot tall, and they've got numbers on them, and they say Lord Cadre Mining, and he says, drive this. And stake your
Okay.
claims once you find it.
I guess I will hold on to these. I'll add them to my inventory.
They weigh 8 pounds apiece.
No, they're just like,
No, I'm kidding. They're 10
sign,
made out of 10. Yeah, they're wobbly.
I mean, I can't imagine that they're terribly large.
No.
I imagine maybe yay big. You can
Like
yeah.
see my other hand.
No, there you go. Yeah, they're about a foot. They're about a foot tall, and about 8 inches wide. So they look about like, a piece of paper out of your printer, maybe just about an inch longer. And they've got a number on them, and they say all this stuff. And then there's a stamp at the bottom that says basically, the Union States mining, blah 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 blah. Can't remember who.
Then we just come back and tell them which numbers are ours, or which ones.
Well, once you stake them, but they would be, claims from Lord Cadre, and then you bring your number back, and we'll put your name beside it, and 10% that comes out of that mine will be yours.
Is that basically what you did with your silver mine back in Missouri or something? Wherever you're from, Simmons?
Colorado's where his silver mine was.
Yeah, similar. It's similar to that. It was more like everyone else died and I got all the rest kind of thing. But
Well, that's unfortunate, but for them, I mean.
Yeah, it was pretty sad that I got that letter years later that I was rich. I was sad.
But happy. You have nothing to worry about financially, buddy.
Yeah, but then people try to take your money all the time.
Well, from what I've seen, you like to give money away, so.
Things cost money, especially out here.
Do we have a deal, gentlemen?
So,
extend a hand.
Before the deal is finalized, why don't we see if one more thing that maybe you can do for us, and you can find out who the right
Your last will
ambassador
and
would
testament?
be.
Oh no.
No, a good ambassador to the Indians up there. Who you gotta make that connection for us.
Well,
Yeah,
I am sending 2 scouts with you.
Before we leave.
I am sending 2 scouts with you. Mr. Swede's been, or Mr. Sven's been working with them for a week now on the skis. They can move around pretty well. I have to keep this down.
Okay.
don't, until you're ready to go here in a couple of days. And then it's with all haste. We can get you to the top of the
Oh.
pass, and you can get to the eastern front.
We got at least a week because we got to get our skis made.
And learn how to use them better.
Well, you can learn how to use them on the way, right? Right? I would think.
Well, it
Then
still
what-
takes. I thought he said it would take a week to get the skis made for all of us. We have 5 more that.
Did he say it
of
would
the
take a
Devil
week?
Posse. Yep.
Miss Page,
Figured
Miss
it all
Page,
took-
where's Mr. Hitchcock at? And she says, Mr. Hitchcock went back to the saloon. Yes. I'll have words with Mr. Swede, Mr. Swede.
Sweden.
I'm all over the place.
Open the window when you're using the resin.
He says, anyway, gentlemen, it'll take a couple of days to put the expedition together. It'll be grand. And thank you.
It'll
Thank
also
you
give
for
us a few days.
you
Also
gentlemen
give us
will
a
be
few days.
rich.
It'll also give us a few days to find, or hopefully find, some information from the locals about what we're looking for.
All right, you guys, everybody, give me notice roll.
Ooh, the first skill check of the night.
Oh no, you guys did an athletics check just a little bit ago.
Oh, that's right.
Y'all,
I forgot about that one.
Luke, do you see what I see?
So
Yes, I
Timmons,
do.
Timmons is talking to Sweezy G as they head out the door, and Doc, you and Luke are the last ones out. I guess you guys signed the deal with the guy. You made your mark, or you signed your name to his little piece of paper.
Yep. If that's what it
It
required.
requires that to say that you
I still
you own this piece of tin here that could be worth potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. This claim stake, and your name is next to the one with the number on it.
So if these claims if somebody steals them, they don't actually have any value since
if somebody steals
they have
them,
our names on them.
but if you guys go up here and find a bunch of gold or diamonds on the ground or whatever, like they said, you could be filthy rich quick.
I mean, yeah, the diamonds and whatnot we could just pick up if they're loose.
The rest of them could be filthy rich quick because I've got 2 edges in being rich. So
Yeah, well, it
I'm
would just,
already filthy rich.
you might be even more you might be stinking filthy rich.
What are you
I
gonna do?
think at that point he might be filthy fucking filthy rich.
Timmons would just buy perdition once the flood is over. But until that happens, well, who cares? If we fail, the world ends.
So yeah, you guys go about your business for a couple days. What would you like to do to prepare for going into some pretty wicked conditions? Would you like to,
Timmons wants to find the most coolest, badass fur outfit that he can get in a week. Like, he wants to look like Sasquatch.
so you're looking for like a big bearskin coat or something. Great big
wolf,
old furry coat.
or wolf, or a bunch of
Bear.
freaking what's the fur, the little weasel looking thing? What
Marmots?
the hell are they called? Marmots, yeah. A marmot jacket would be cool as shit.
A marmot jacket.
How about a
weasel.
chinchilla while you're at it?
No.
Up in here you're gonna find Wolverine. There's gonna be plenty of, you could go down and talk to these Klamath huntsmen and scouts.
Yes, we plan to.
I think we need some like warmer socks and gloves and a hat. And, like, can we
Well,
get
of course-
regular like goggles for like non-Google's goggles.
Not Google.
That's who I want. That's who Timmons wants to
I'm imagining ski goggles.
help him out, outfit him. Is the natives. The Indians that live up in the mountains. Or those that have rejected that life and hang around with white man that can tolerate Timmons.
Well, you notice they're not really hanging around with you white men. You know,
Yeah, they're
kinda
just
got
on the
their-
like outskirts of the area.
they've got the most northern piece of property and a couple of pretty nice buildings
that's
built on it, and that's where they're
The
hanging
two
out.
scouts. The two scouts.
Well, they're two of many. There's probably
frostbitten
you know,
iguana.
green iguana's cousin, frostbitten iguana.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's great.
This big black thing laying next to him.
So there is a special drink here that they serve called the sour toe.
Oh, fun.
I've got to ask what's in it.
Is it like what it the Yukon-y? Is it the Yukon that they've got that?
It's last year's frozen toes. We donated it in a jar over there on the bar.
I'll have to post a screenshot of this for Veno since he asked. But yes, Brad, you're exactly.
Oh God, I was afraid of that.
There it is. There's the sour toe.
This one was for Larry Clampett over there. He lost 3 toes that year.
Fuck that shit, man.
You sure you don't want to try the sour toe?
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Sour toe
If I was
cocktail.
if I was playing Jeb, that would be a different story.
Joe would start chewing.
He'd swallow the toe hole.
You know, I probably would do it if it was my toe.
It's
I
been
don't think I
freeze
could even
dried.
do it in that case.
It can't be any cleaner other than that nasty fucking toenail with the toenail fungus under it.
Well, I don't think that fungus would survive in alcohol that long. Don't they store it in alcohol too?
I think it's kept frozen and they pull it out and put it in the alcohol and then.
Still, no, thank you.
I
Why not?
mean, also, yeah,
No.
at least most of the fungus is probably dead from the alcohol.
No.
It's let's say it's a tradition. If someone saves your life and you lose a toe to frostbite, you have to do the shout in their honor. How's that? Would you do it then? And it's your toe? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I'd still have some issues.
They saved your life.
I might reluctantly do it, but
There you go.
I said might.
So you
It's like
guys,
your best
who's
friend.
who's having a sour toe?
No, it's
If I'm just not gonna have anything to drink, just smoke some of his
Yeah,
special
they-
herbal blend.
there's not enough mitigating circumstances for me to drink that drink. That's for sure.
So Luke and Doc, as you guys are walking out of Mr. Smith's office before you get over and start talking about the sour toe, Mike, have you heard of the sour toe cocktail? Look it up. Look it up.
He probably
And,
is
and
familiar
tell us,
with it.
would you drink one?
He says he wants a sour toe.
I've knowing him, he would. Oh nope, he says
Oh,
nope.
no.
Didn't take him long to look that up. Let's see.
He said he'd probably try it.
There's got to be mitigating circumstances, that's for sure.
Honestly, I don't think I could under normal circumstances.
The question is, does the toe get reused? I mean, in other
Oh,
drinks,
Yeah.
or because that's a lot of toes. If everyone in the bar
Yeah.
has a drink, I mean, well, it was
So the thing I read, it's the same toe, and then it's just specifically for that shot. And now you actually have to like pay for it in advance. People keep stealing it.
Yeah, that's not the original frostbitten toe either. There's been a few of them over the years.
the original from a caveman back in the dawn of time.
Well, it would sort of be pickled
Frozen.
and
Did you see
frozen.
it? Did you see Encino Man? Just thaw him out in your garage.
Been a while
He-
since I thought about that movie.
Heat lamps.
So as you guys leave Mr. Smith's office, he says, Miss Page, please go find Mr. Hitchcock for me. Get back over here. And so out the door she goes, and she heads back down to the saloon. You see her, heading down to the saloon in front of you, all bundled up. She's not very big around, and doesn't have much meat on her bones, and looks like she's freezing to death as she's sitting here typing, and gets up and down the road she goes. So you guys sign your names, make your marks, make your way down towards the saloon, and you're thinking about having a sour toe, and
You cut out.
no, I'm reading.
Do we see something with our
I'm
notice
reading
roll?
Ron's stuff here. Eating blue cheese, capicola, and fig jam right now. Blue cheese, yeah. The sour toe cocktail kind of has a blue cheese flavor to it. What'd you say, Brad?
Oh, what
It's
happened with
more-
our notice rolls? We got talking about sour toes.
More than
Yeah,
more
the
like
notice roll.
Gorgonzola.
So as you come into the bar, you see Miss Page, and she runs up to the gunslinger, and she's like, Rance, there, he's waiting for you. And he downs his shot of whiskey real quick, and he heads out the door. He tips his hat to you guys as he leaves, and she follows him back out. And you see she takes him by the arm, and he leads her. Like there may be something between these two. Mike says his fingers already smell like feet with the blue cheese.
Wait, what?
Mike in chat, he's talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
Anyway, so Doc Fong and Luke heard that. As
Your lips have to touch the darling toe.
as you come back into the casino. Where's the fucking casino? One of these is a casino. There we go. All right, fellers. You're back in the casino, and everybody comes up and says, "You folks are crazy going out there on that plane this time of year. That'll be your toes that they're serving to people before long."
You touch my toe, and I will come back and haunt you.
Well, you won't be needing it if it's in one of them glasses. All these old
Then
miners.
the whole place will be haunted.
Yep. So, anything
Timmy
you
said,
guys
I
would
got
like to
magic
do?
shoes.
Would you like to take turns with this? There's like 3 pairs of skis that he's got made already, and while he's making the others, do you guys want to maybe try to get out and practice on these
should
skis
practice,
for
yeah.
a few days? You're gonna be
Yes.
here in town for a good week anyway.
Timmons also wants to see about making a sled too that can get pulled.
Okay. Well, you see that that Mr. Sven's actually got some contraptions like that here. He's pretty good at making things for the athletics roll is at -4 this time, not -6 on your second
Okay.
day of practice.
Then I shall re-roll that with -4.
You're kind of getting the hang of it. You kind of look like a newborn colt walking around, and holy shit.
I think Timmons has got the hang of it.
It was just all backwards skiing. Hey guys, you can do this. It's pretty easy. Squeak, 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 squeak.
You guys have no
Plus
idea.
2 to his pace.
Do you
Yeah,
actually?
Timmons is like skiing circles around us.
Susie G, are you gonna? Or
I'm imagining Luke just face plants, then I'm like, no, don't do that, Luke, and then I just somehow trip
Sorry.
over him and face plant also.
give me an athletics roll at -4.
That'd be
For
two.
2, it's better than it was yesterday. So day
Hey, Mark,
2,
can you do
you
one
yeah.
for, can you do one for Albert?
For Albert, yeah, let's do one for Albert.
Watch it.
Timmons, you're gonna have to, eventually get your rest of your people out here trained up on these skis too. So
I'm
let's
sure
see.
they're out
Albert,
here right now.
Albert.
Let's see how
with,
they do.
This was Albert's first day. He wasn't out here that first day, so let's see. Yeah, Albert is not the best skier in the world, although he tells everybody that.
That's what he told us.
The wind blew me down. Yeah, that's it.
This may take you guys 2 or 3 weeks just just to be able to learn how to ski.
And I didn't put the -4 on any of them, so
I'm gonna try to copy what Timmons is doing.
Timmons is
I saw
like,
him succeed so well.
it's I got magic shoes on. It's a magic shoes. That's what's doing it.
You guys just are not getting the hang of this. Not getting the hang of this.
And tries it again. Hello.
Who's this? Luke? Is this day 3? Is this the next day?
No, this is still the same day.
Same day? What'd you do? Spin a Benny?
No, I was going to get back up and go back up to the
Oh no,
the
this
hill and
would
try
be
it
the next
again.
day. This is the 3rd day.
Oh,
Luke
okay.
finally
Let's
gets
try
it.
the next day.
Yeah, the next day Luke finally gets it, and he's almost able to keep up with old Timmons. Timmons, you don't even have to roll anymore. Luke, you don't have to roll anymore. Doc, it's -2 today, but that would have been a 2. You're still not. You're able to kind of stand up, but your legs are a little wobbly, and you're like, this is for younger men, and it's not.
Maybe he needs a different size ski because he's shorter, is what it is.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe.
Just gonna go talk to him about if that's it.
How come it's not rolling for Tom? Like, it doesn't say Tom when it rolls.
I don't know.
You were
I
doing
think
it
they're-
from the sheet.
I'm doing it from the NPC sheet, yeah, pushing
I don't
the...
know then. It seems like you should.
Weird.
Ooh.
Oh. Squeezy Cheese gets it. He's
About time. I'm getting real sick of falling on my face.
That's about time. That's the most you've heard him say in English in ever.
Timmons like, he speaks English?
Sometimes. I think Doc Fong and him have conversations more often than any of the rest of us.
He just don't talk to you guys that much. He just kind of follows along, stays real
Oh, I
quiet,
could
and kills everything.
totally see where Timmons and him don't have, like, long conversations.
Yeah.
Well, I think I say this out of character. I think Sweezy Chi is kind of taking on the bodyguard role for this crew,
Let's see, what is it? It
the
can't be.
bouncer, so to speak.
Yeah, my only social skill is intimidation, so that's probably fair.
All right, so who's learned to ski now? Sweezy G, Luke, Timmons, none of Timmons' people, Doc, and Albert are still. So
Well-
this is Albert's minus 4 days.
And let me roll for.
I think I'm gonna get it the next day.
These are all going to be at -2 for his followers, but I'm not going to do the -2 to all. I'm just going to make it easy.
Well, Albert doesn't fall this day. He's able to stay up on his feet, but he's not really got the momentum thing down. So that's 4 days of trying to you guys learn how to ski and shit.
All right, here's Timmons, guys. Here's Tom.
It's only -2 today.
Yeah, so we got to subtract 2 to these.
Yeah, so that's a 2. Tom doesn't get it.
Rex,
No.
Jaime, Daisy
Jaime's
May.
pretty good.
They're getting better.
They're getting
and
better.
Bruce.
Yeah. They're staying on their feet. None of them fell. So that's 4 days of training. Let's try again. Albert, you guys are at 0 penalty now. Albert's at -2. Oh,
Let's try to.
Albert's got the shit down on day 6.
Now he can brag that
Doc, you're
Even though
at
you still
0.
have
You don't have a
-2.
penalty. Unless you have a natural athletics penalty.
Oh, okay. I thought you said -2, but that
Nope.
means
you still failed.
No.
You still failed regardless.
I'm
You
still
still
gonna Benny it though, because I want to learn. Oh, that's what you have to do.
Yep, Doc's got it.
He's figured out the slalom.
Doc and
It
Albert are
looks as if
skiing
he's
with
got
you
his
guys.
knees bent slightly.
It's
and
just
it makes
Timmons
work.
people now.
There's
Oh yeah,
Tom.
now it.
Holy shit.
That was Tom. Tom's like, I figured it out. I figured it
just
out.
became an
Get ready
expert.
for the Olympics.
And there's Rex.
Oh wow. Keep it up.
Jaime.
Oh,
Yeah.
so close. But at least it passed.
That passed.
Daisy May. She's not getting it.
She's not
Daisy
getting
May's
it.
not getting it.
Jaime could carry her though.
And Bruce. And Bruce isn't confused.
So day 7, Daisy May and
Now, that
Bruce are
one's
the
for
only
Tom
2
and
that.
Rex.
Yeah, there's two of the
Oh, wait,
party
that was
that day
Brett.
7. Now, luckily enough, your skis aren't done yet anyway. So it's been a week. You guys have been in camp here a week, and you guys have kind of got this down. You're skiing up and down the path. It's actually quite fun. Anything you want to do during this week? Any gear you want to gear up with?
Yes. I was going to ask Doc if he wanted to join me to go talk to the local tribe.
Yes, let's do that. They might know something.
All right, so you're going to go up and spend some time conversing with the Klamath scouts. So you go to
Yes,
Klamath Hall, what they call Klamath Hall, which really is, the building's not much, not any better than the others, but at least these guys have chinked the gaps between
Right.
the lumber where it's dried out, and there doesn't seem to be
Probably
any
much
breeze
warmer
in
in there.
here. Much warmer. They've got it's kind of smoky though, and when you get closer, Doc, you smell immediately the smell of opium.
Oh, smells like HG when he's not exploding.
Even when he's
Or-
exploding.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Sometimes the opium is because he caused it to explode.
Doc, they speak Klamath, Modoc, and Yahushkin.
I don't speak English at all.
They speak English.
Oh.
That's a lot of languages for somebody that lives so far away from everybody.
Well, those are the 3 tribes of the Klamath nation.
So they don't all speak the same language.
They vary a little bit, but they can all communicate. So yeah,
Yeah, they're like dialects.
they're dialects of the same language. That's right. About a little more than that, like the difference between Portuguese and Spanish.
Well, according to the Wikipedia anyway, it appears to be related to the Wintu language, of which Doc Fong can speak.
Okay, so you're actually able to speak with these guys
You
somewhat
can on
in
some
their native
level.
tongue.
probably speak really slow and loud.
And because of that, I'll give you a +2 on any, charisma-based persuasion, anything like that.
Well, I also want to suggest that when we do visit them, to not bring any weapons. As a sign of trust, saying, "Hey, we're not here to cause any problems."
You'd be the only people in this camp that weren't armed.
No,
Everybody's
I
armed here.
understand it. No, I was meaning when visiting the natives. It's just a show of, it's like, hey, I don't want to cause problems. This is
Okay.
So
Did you say stuff was here 4 times or 5 times as much?
4 times. 4 times.
4
as much.
times.
And it all depends on what book you're looking at, because first of all, if it's in the Suede Savage Worlds Adventure Edition items, it's probably 4 times as high to begin with. You know what I mean? So if it's $20, it was probably $5 in the day, but it's times 4, so it's even. Whatever's in the Suede edition would probably be even. But ask me if you're uncertain about something. Anyway.
No, Timmons is just buying enough trail rations for his guys.
All right. You've got a Happy New Year yet? Let's see. That's a good point. A week has passed since your arrival. Let's come up here. Let's look at the calendar. It is the 28th. Sunday, December 28th.
somehow we missed Christmas, but that's okay.
And I'm going to give, by the 10th day, when all of the skis are ready, 7, 8, 9, 10, it is New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. And 7 a.m. and you guys will be ready to depart. So you just got to let me know what you're taking with you. Now, you can pull these sleds, but it's going to restrict the amount of time that you can travel in a day.
I wasn't sure why we needed the sleds.
Well, what are we eating for 150 miles?
Yeah, you're
Well,
going 150 miles north.
A week? A week?
Well, I would imagine that we would probably have trail rations provided to us by our the patron, and
Oh, there's enough
in
food. You guys
on
don't
the
have
way
to buy
there.
the food. Yeah, if you're buying food, they're going to give you food. But you're expected to have your own coats, gloves, hats, whatnot.
I think I will buy some gloves.
I'd say
Get
that
gloves and socks and hat.
if you had absolutely no winter clothing, good
Well, I do
stuff
technically have gloves,
made up here would probably cost you, close to $100 to be completely outfitted in good winter clothing. Long underwear,
Get all
pants,
the good stuff.
all the good stuff.
All right,
I already
so
have a
probably
coat
have
and
some
boots.
riding gloves or something, but not quite the same. I probably do, if my winter coat doesn't already have a hood, I might have one attached.
And some kind of goggles or something so you can see on the snow.
That sounds like a good idea too.
There's some
Good idea,
blasting.
Doc.
There's some blasting goggles. They sell some blasting goggles here for the guys who deal with, scaling the insides of these mines and stuff.
Just regular goggles, I'd imagine.
Yeah, just regular goggles.
you said
protect your eyes.
100. You said 100 gold a person, and everybody's like outfitted like to the T and winter
Outfitted
gear.
to the T. Yeah,
Does that include the goggles?
you wouldn't have to worry about freezing in the daytime. or at night. Does that include the
And
goggles?
it-
Yeah.
and it's something that everybody can get.
Yep. Complete. You know, furs and
All right,
leather and furs. And,
Timmons is gonna outfit the entire posse,
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And we'll just
including
call this a.
including his 5 NPCs.
Do we want to
Okay.
just call this ski suit?
I called it all the
Or
good
ski
stuff
clothes?
for cold weather.
Ski clothes.
you guys have seen, cowboy movies, westerns, where they're, the garb that they're wearing, these probably long denim coats, but they're lined with wool on the inside. You know, big collars, and then everybody's got their own hat. All you guys
That
would have a hat.
fur, fur like
You
hood.
mean a toque?
Yeah,
A
toque.
toque? You know, wool socks. I mean, there's wool socks at the store here, so yeah, you guys can get outfitted there. Cute animals embroidered on them. Extra cost extra. No cute animals, Doc. Now you can try to stitch some on there yourself if you want, while everybody else is learning to ski over the next 3 days. But we're going to say that on New Year's Eve, you guys are ready to set out from camp.
Fully geared with skis and matching almost snow outfits because it all came from the same place pretty much, right?
Pretty much, yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys kind of all look the same.
We all got we get a little badge. We're all like the posse. Dun, 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 dun,
Pete, we need like the Devil's Posse thing on our hats.
dun, 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 dun.
The devil's posse on your hats. Who's going to do the stitch work for this? I need a, let's see, what kind of roll? Doc, you're stitching on. You see Doc, he's like,
It would be agility, wouldn't
he's
it?
stitching
Wait,
these some kind of, I don't know what they are. Doc, what are you stitching on your socks while you guys are sitting around these
Oh,
next
well, if
few days?
there's with little pieces of material, you got to have some,
It's kind of
like little squirrels and
what's the bird from Snoopy?
Woodstock?
Woodstock.
Woodstock. He's got a little
birds like
Woodstock.
that. Yeah.
I can see that on Doc's socks. Woodstock.
Doc socks.
How about survival?
Doc Wang.
Woodstock.
I'm kind of
Doc.
curious if they fucked up Luke's name in any way.
So
They spelled Timon Simmons wrong. I thought there was too many M's.
now
No,
over
I
the
think they reversed it for you. It's Simmons Timmons in the book.
Simmons Timmons. Last name first. During the next few days, while you guys are kind of, waiting around for Sven the Swede to make the skis. And I just totally
Alliteration.
thinking about Sven again, and I lost it. These other miners that are around the camps, and they're coming up to you and talking to you guys, and you're like celebrities. There's 3 or 4 dime novels around here with stories of you guys' the rescue of Sam Hellman from Rock Island Prison, right?
That the mayonnaise baron, wasn't it?
Yes. We still haven't
Well,
gotten
he
our
might have
lifetime
been.
supply.
He might have been. That was Lacey O'Malley's buddy, right? And so you know who's got to be behind this, because there's too many details that are right, although they've really been embellished for these dime novels that you're seeing your names in, right? But
Is there an author that's consistent through all the dime novels?
they're written by I don't know.
Some abbreviations like LM or something,
No, I think it's by
You know.
Adventures of the Devil's Posse by uh, Lucky O'Clanahan.
Lucky O'Clanahan. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty obvious.
it's not that
Yeah,
rascal
it's-
Moses Jack.
That's what I had, Timmons.
It is not that rascal Moses Jack. Moses, I'm sure, was killed for his dastardly deeds a long time ago.
I mean, the last tweet we heard of him, he was in California.
Was he in California? Did I bring
Because
him
we
up
did-
or something?
Well, we did that one with the Donner Pass.
That was
Adventure.
a while ago.
It was.
Hell, Brad, I bet that was a year ago. Donner Pass.
Was that the one that Carl's dog kept reloading his musket?
He's very well trained.
Oh. Anyway, these.
You remember it now?
I do remember the whole Donner Pass thing, and that was, I enjoyed that. It was weird and kind of creepy because I know the story of, we all know the story of what happened there, and you're like, yeah, this isn't gonna be good. So yeah, but that's, I mean, picture that in your mind. That's what you're getting ready to go into here. Are places up in the mountains where people just don't go this time of year. They hunker down. These Klamath.
What better time than to stake a claim then?
Well, the Klamath tribesmen go out and hunt. They're hunting elk and stuff, but that's about it. And they haven't been too far from town. But now you guys are getting ready to go way 150 miles to the north.
It just
Heading
it's
north, your
reminding me
time
of
has
my
come.
first ski trip into the southern end of Germany. The mountains that separate Germany and Austria.
Yeah.
The Zugspitze is the top of the mountain. That was the first time I've ever been skiing. It was like not even rated in the U.S. above triple black diamond if you went all the way to the top. We went to the halfway mark, fortunately.
That's pretty cool that you've been able to ski over there like that.
It
This
was
is an
just,
interesting group. We've got a member here that's been on an archaeological dig at Petra. You guys are an interesting bunch.
And we had Jingo, who was driving around Germany in the 80s with his Jeep with the the boombox hooked up to it or whatever to play the Scorpions.
Yeah.
I had a Humvee in Germany. Ha ha. Nanner, nanner, nanner.
I don't remember what kind of vehicle he had. I just remember
I think he might have had a Jeep because my Humvee was like brand new. It was like brand new.
Yeah, but weren't you like part of the motor pool or something? You told us the story how you got your Humvee.
I was communications. We had our Humvee. The communications shop had a Humvee.
Yeah.
I got to drive it. It was mine. It was mine. Mine. And then the first sergeant decided he wanted to ride with me, which was cool.
Well, anyway,
got along with the first sergeant nice.
You guys would have a hard time getting a Humvee to go in this country that you're fixing to go off into. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you head out?
I'm sure that my character's going to do some stuff that I'm not thinking of, so I'm just going to throw that out there that he did some stuff that I didn't think of right now, so I can add it in later.
A blanket list
some
of activities.
apothecary shopping.
Yeah. Some survival role maybe that he would have taken and done some stuff.
So, Brad, I do know that Doc did need to do some
roll.
apothecary stuff.
Yeah, he's going to go buy assorted things. The details of which I'll reveal later once I figure out exactly about the powers.
Okay, so after you figure out your trappings and how it's going to work, you're going to let me know, and then we'll blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And since we were also going to ask the natives some questions, since Doc can at least kind of talk to them.
Okay, sure. Let me get back over here to campaign and story.
We somehow got sidetracked.
I lost the. There it is. Okay, what would you like to ask the natives?
Well, I'll ask if they know of any particular sites in the mountains to the north, or I know Brad's or Doc's going to translate any caves to the north that might have a lightning bolt petroglyph.
Have you seen anything like that?
A lightning bolt petroglyph. You're going to talk to him, Doc. You got a +2 in. So what I need is a persuasion roll to see how these guys warm to you. It's going to take a raise, but you got a +2. So I'll.
Wait, hold on.
So, coming unarmed or completely unarmed, do anything for us?
No, this is on the day you're getting ready to leave.
I rolled a 12. I'm good. That's 2 raises.
Okay. Doc, they're willing to talk to you quite well. They don't seem to be, your buddy Luke here, and they don't have much of a problem with you and Sweezy G. But Timmons and Luke and Albert, they don't really have much to say to them other than they're being paid to, take you guys on this expedition. And that's what they're concerned in, is the money that they're making. But they do talk to you. What is it you'd like to ask them about?
Oh, well, we'll ask about the lightning bolts if they've seen anything like that. Or if they've heard any legends of the sort. Or they know any areas that have a lot of caves.
Well, they tell you. They say, I don't know of these lightning bolts that you speak, but and to make sure, so I heard somebody in the family coming this way.
Also, if there's any dangerous animals or anything
They
up there.
tell you that the lore of some of the Klamath tribes in the area hold that Mount Shasta is inhabited by the spirit of the above world named Skell, who descended from heaven to the mountain summit at the request of a Klamath chief. And Skell fought with spirit of the below world Lao, who resides at Mount Mazama, by throwing hot rocks and lava at each other. And they say Mount Mazama, and you're like, yeah, I don't know where that's at.
Is that north of here?
Doc's talking.
Doc. I'm assuming he's
Translating.
translating for me too.
Yeah, we would ask where that Mount Mazama is.
They say you would call it Medicine Lake.
Ah, it's what they call Medicine Lake. I think that's where we're going. And they're
Yeah.
fighting with rocks, you said?
They fought each other throwing hot rocks, liquid rocks, spewing at each other. But Skell beat down Lao, and now Lao is no longer as powerful as Skell. And
that's good. Is there something we can do to honor this Skell so that he knows that we're his friend?
You'd have to talk to a medicine man. They don't know. They tell you that they're going to stop at a few places along the way. It may or may not be friendly. But when they do, when they come into some of these tribal winter camps, that he tells you to keep your people quiet there, Doc Fong.
Okay, I will tell them that. Is there any dangerous wildlife in these areas?
Are there any what?
Dangerous wildlife?
Catamounts, brown bear, large brown bear, like,
Wolverines.
Wolverines, yeah.
What about Bigfoots?
Wait, I ain't going to play no way on my squeaky
You say Bigfoot, and these guys look at you, and they don't know what you're talking about.
I'll translate.
Sasquatch.
I've
Goody goo goo.
Luke told me about something called a Sasquatch, which is like it's like Timmons if he was bigger and hairier.
That's like my cousin. That's not like my cousin.
In fact, I think that sounds a lot like the one woman he knows.
Do you guys truly know about? Well, Doc Fong might, because you're from up there, but
I do have some occult.
I don't know that.
Maybe there's a comic book store. Captain Caveman.
I've at least heard of the Sasquatch.
Yeah, you've at least heard of the Sasquatch. I'll give you that, Luke. Doc, you've heard of the Sasquatch.
I feel like it's probably
do you
one of those
mention
things
this
where
name to your guides here?
Yes, because I've heard rumors of such things over in the Pacific Northwest, and we're almost there. North of where I normally go, after all.
They tell you the Sasquatch are guardians
I was afraid of that.
They can even provide for you, but do no harm to the land. The Sasquatch are also killers.
We will better be careful of them. And that Lao fellow.
We'll never see a Sasquatch anyway. Lao sleeps.
You never know.
Lao sleeps.
We have some terrible luck.
You ask them about caves up in here, and they tell you that Medicine Lake volcano. They describe it to you, and it's a dome volcano. Uh, it has many old lava tubes that crisscross all through the mountain, and so there are all kinds of. So let's see.
I feel like that's probably where one of these lightning bolts would be. Because if you were going to put something like this in a place, wouldn't you want to put it somewhere that would be hard to get to, like a lava tube?
And playing that card, Doc, you would also hear them talk about how sometimes the spirits descend from the heavens onto Mount Shasta, and at night you can see them sometimes.
Oh no. The smiley face makes me really scared now.
So that's kind of what you get from talking to your guides. And you travel the first day into the mountains. And you're basically moving east. Okay, so let's go back to where's our California map? California. Here we go. So you're I'll share this with everybody again. You're moving this direction, right? Trying to get out here because the mountains protect a lot of this area from snowfall. There won't be as much snowfall here, and you can travel all the way up to here until it gets deep enough that it's going to be a challenge getting across this long plain. And they're heading to Medicine Lake, is where they're heading to. So they're heading this way. But you guys make a full day, but you've only made it about uh, 8 miles all day long traveling. You've been traveling uphill. For the most part, you guys are on these skis. They seem to be a hindrance part of the time. They're very heavy, very awkward. But to travel more than about 8-10 miles in a day up the hills, you guys are going to start to suffer from some fatigue. Would you like to try to get more mileage in?
Hey, Doc, don't you have something for fatigue?
Timmons is carrying a lot of crap, so he's like, I'm tired. This backpack's kind of heavy as hell.
Not only that, you're up in elevation and the air is very thin here.
Yeah, that's it too.
Well, when we break for camp that night, I'm going to definitely, try to make people feel less fatigued.
Okay.
Using the power of the Manitou's cabbage.
So you're gonna give them all a bunch of Manitou's cabbage, huh?
Yeah, and it removes a fatigue level.
So we can go a
You
little bit
just
further.
sit around smoking blunts and you feel a lot better. The next day, you take
Pretty
off.
much.
Yeah. The next day you take off, and you're 2 days now, and you get to the crest in the pass, and it looks like downhill from here, right? But it looks like really downhill from here.
Like, dangerous downhill?
There are some spots that it's going to be dangerous downhill. So on this first day, I'd like some athletics rolls from everybody just to see how well they're doing. No penalty.
All right.
Luke's doing great. Sweezy G's doing great.
And Sweezy G's doing
Doc
awesome.
is doing fantastic. Timmons is doing fantastic. Albert, let's see how Albert's doing.
You need me to roll for the...
Albert's making it. He's like, he's really winded. It's all the smoking he's done all these years. And Timmons, give me one roll for everybody.
I'll use Daisy May.
I think they're all the same, aren't they?
Yeah. So they're struggling.
Yeah, they're struggling trying to get down this hill, and a couple times one of them
What's
gets
wrong with
out of
Benny?
line. Let's see who it is. Let me open up.
Offer up a Benny for a reroll on that.
Yeah, you can offer a Benny, Timmons, if you want to spend your bennies on them.
No, I thought that was
Luke
me.
can't
That was Luke.
unless you've got what's
I
the
don't.
edge? If you don't have the edge, no.
But I think that's a good idea. I'll do it.
I mean, because it is the end of the thing.
Yeah. Wait, it didn't work. I dropped it on it. Oh well, I'll just drop it in chat and then roll it. All right, it worked. Nice.
I don't suppose that we just happen to get a really nice wind that angles it perfect with their skiing skills.
What? Here comes
I was hoping the help was for the wind to blow just right to.
So the
maybe
wind
help
is
these
the
people.
cavalry. The wind at your back coming downhill, and you guys start to have the time of your life as you're skiing away down the side of this. Just awesome, man. Just freaking awesome. And these you can tell the Klamath scouts have been well practiced, and they're just everybody's laughing, having a good time as you spend the day going down this pass. And you do such a good job that you make it much further than you could walking or riding a horse in the daytime without wearing a horse out.
Especially on snow.
Yeah, on snow you're just gliding along, and you come to the eastern front of the most northern peak of the Sierras, and you're looking out along this long plain, and way in the distance just happens to be a clear day, and the snow has gotten you can see that as soon as you break away from these mountains, as you're looking down, uh, man, that looks like a lot of powder down there in that long, wide valley. And, 100 and some miles to the north, you can barely see the peak of this mountain sticking up off of the plain all by itself. And it looks like a long way across there. And as the sun's going down, you guys hear some odd hooting, hollering kind of noise echo way, way across, from somewhere. And we're going to leave it right there until next week as you make camp. And matter of fact, we'll leave it. Let's see, we got to have, we'll do this. Cold night at camp.
Oh, that sounds creepy.
You hear these noises echoing from miles away. I'd like to thank Rondon and who all else is out there? Violet's TV, Orthodox, La Kaylee, danking around. I like danking around. Somebody must have jumped in. Did we get raided or something earlier when we were on break or
I think
something?
so.
There's a bunch of people that slipped in here and I didn't even know about it. Thanks to everybody who came by. Let's see.
You got Sphinster, Bryce,
Sphinster,
Furied.
did Sven see his namesake character that made the skis? Is he in here?
He's doing some prepping.
He might
Starfinder
be
prepping.
listening.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you to everybody that came in. And Ron, you still have a hit with a raise coming your way. It'll just have to wait till next week if something happens next week. And I did do some pre-rolling, and some things are going to happen on this trip. So with that, you guys, as you start to make your camp up on the side of this mountain, you can see that about another 1,500 feet down, you're going to be out onto this big plain, and you can see some like mounds in the snow out there. and then the sun goes down. You're like, wonder what that is, and then you hear this hooting and hollering from a distance. You're not really sure what's going on. Let's see if there's anybody out there to raid. Raid channel. Who we got? Lord Gazumba. Haven't done a saving throw show. Quests and cliffhangers. Who should we raid? 20 sides to every story. That's Ghostwire Tokyo. No, Fantasy Grounds, Quest and Cliffhangers. That's what we're raiding. Quest and Cliffhangers right now. And
Las
6
Vegas.
seconds, 5 seconds. They'll be in Las Vegas doing some Savage Worlds. Say hi to these guys. We'll see you back here. Check out Drake Takes tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Right
Jungles
there.
of Chult.
And then Rob 2 on Saturday night. And that's Rob 2, somebody can hit that.
Is there one for Rob Tui?
Rob 2, there it is.
Yeah.
And then back to Drake's again on Tuesday, and then we're back here next Thursday. So tell them bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, lady, I love you. Bye bye.
Don't forget, if you need to argue about flat Earth, YouTube.
Or anything else.